Is up, Super Fam and Bro Vengers alike. I am Sensei Finito, aka Vane Sensei, and welcome to Marvel Bros, where we discuss all things Marvel and everything pop culture. And today, on today's episode of Marvelous Monday, for our open discussion, we're talking Daredevil Born Again. For pop culture news, we're going to be covering Kevin Feige's interview about the future of the MCU, and we're talking about the possible return of Kang in an unlikely way, or maybe a way that you guys might just think is unlikely. I'm excited to get in today's episode. If you guys haven't already, make sure you drop a like and a share on the stream because it helps out tremendously around here. It's me and my guy Mike BZ. We gonna be coming at you today, talking to you, yapping at you, nerding out. I believe my guy BZ is here in the cord with me right now. BZ,
Yes, sir.
there he is. There he is. What's up,
I'm
man?
here.
BZ,
I'm
how
in the
you doing today,
building.
my guy?
Doing great, man. Doing great. Monday, start of the
Monday.
week. Thanksgiving week, you know what I mean? We good. We
Yes,
good.
sir. Yes, sir. It is Thanksgiving week, man. You know, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, yams. You know what I'm saying? It's about to be going up it's about to be going up this week, man. I'm excited. Yo, I am excited, brother.
For
Uh
sure, for sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we
Good
got some
times, man. Good times. Hope everybody's ready. If we celebrate Thanksgiving, it is time. It is
man.
time to get your stomachs ready. You know what I mean? Get whatever in your zone you're trying to get in it.
Mm-hmm. I agree, man. I agree, yo. I definitely agree about that. So, I'm excited. I don't know I don't know what's in store this year. This year is going. I think this year for Thanksgiving. Usually, my wife's mom, so my mother-in-law, she
Yeah.
usually cooks Thanksgiving dinner. But this year, my wife and her sister about to be throwing it down in the kitchen. So, I got some high hopes for what's about to be going down this year. You know, it's a little change in the status quo.
Yeah, I feel that. Some
Yes,
stuff every now and
sir.
again.
Exactly, exactly. But I hope you guys are ready for today's episode of Marvel Bros. Man, we gonna be yapping today for sure. I think we got a couple of videos to check out today. Actually, those are kind of the highlights. Usually we save the video stuff for the end, but probably today we're gonna most likely be starting with all that video stuff going on. But I will say, let's talk a little bit about Dune Prophecy, my guy. I know you watched episode 2, brother. How was you liking it?
Another fire episode, man. We're getting a lot of information thrown at us in a very creative way. It's a lot of fun. And then again, like we
Mm-hmm.
said last week, it's they're not overwhelming us with it, right? They're giving it to us in a pretty cool way. And we're seeing kind of the origins of these things and some of the things that's been going on since the beginning.
Yeah.
Um, and just seeing how things are progressing over these last, at the beginning of these 10K years, you know what I mean? So it's pretty cool to see the starts of some of these things that we've known in present day doom. So I like it. I
Yeah.
love it.
I agree, man. I think this week's episode did a really good job of basically pulling the tablecloth off of the table that they just set last week. You know what I mean? Like that's really how I
Yeah,
felt. It was like it was like everything that we learned last week was a lie. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah. They literally that's exactly what they did. They pulled the
so
tablecloth off. Like,
they
oh,
pulled the
like,
tablecloth off, bro, after they had just set it. Like they just set that thing, and then they was like, all right.
yeah,
You want to see
and
a magic
snatched it right
trick?
off.
Yo,
Like
like
the
yeah, that was
matadors taunting the bulls. That's what they did to us.
exactly yes, bro.
That's
I could not say it
exactly what
better.
they did to us.
And it was amazing. I'm not gonna lie. I was hyped about it because it was crazy. I did not expect
Oh yeah,
that at all.
they went nuts. They went nuts, and it could be because it's a smaller episode count, but like they're getting to it. You know what I mean? Like they're
Truth.
setting it, and then are going for it, and then are getting right into the meat of whatever it is that they got to tackle the episode. So it's probably because it's only it's shorter than what we've been getting as far as these
Yeah, only
shows
six
and series
episodes.
go. You know what I mean? So they kind of have to get to it. But the good thing is that they're not taking too long to get to it because that's been kind of a
Mm,
problem in some of these shows. It's almost like a slow burn. It takes a little minute to get there. This does not do that. Like
nah, man, we
they
are
show you
like
what it
in
is and
exactly.
they put you right in the middle of the shit. So
This show is so good, it doesn't even feel like a prequel. if you understand what I'm
Right,
saying. You know what I mean? It's like
right.
it's almost like the story is being continued, which it is. That's something that's super unique about this show is that the story of the future is actually being told right now in the past. So it makes it super unique because they're not holding our hands at all. They're expecting us to know
Right.
everything about Dune. You know what I mean? And if you don't know everything about Dune, this is your entry point. Like that's how they treat the show. Like and things
Yes,
getting
exactly.
explained a little bit
It's a
here.
jumping on point.
Exactly, exactly, brother, exactly. And that's you can even argue that's how all of the Dune movies have kind of felt too. It's like it's just a jumping on point, as most good
Yeah.
stories I feel should be, right? Like is a jumping on point to something that's already been happening because these characters have been existing before we get there. So any good story should feel like we're just jumping on to what's already been happening in this character's life. And I think that's really what they've been able to do. Like Valia is a menace. We really got to see
Oh my
Tula
God.
show her colors last week, like show how she's really way more kind-hearted than her sister is.
She is.
Like
She is. Like
like
Vanya is like by any means necessary, and I got the
mm,
plan. You follow this plan. That's it. Tula's
facts.
like, I mean, I get the
Do I have
plan,
to?
but maybe there's another way. There might be another way. You know what I
There
mean? It's like
has
the
to be
Professor
another
X
way.
Magneto dynamic there.
Yes,
It's like the
exactly.
compassionate versus the stone hearted.
I agree. I agree so much. And I think they did a wonderful job of giving us the duality of those sisters and seeing how they really do care about each other too, but they also know that they got a damn job to do. Like
Right.
that's something that they really showed because we saw Tula even go against her own wishes and wants it for the greater good. You know what I mean? And that was
Exactly.
nice. That was nice. Yo, what's up with it, Chauncey? How
Exactly.
you doing, man? We're just talking about Dune Prophecy right now. You haven't missed too much of anything. We're just kind of talking about this episode 2 that just aired yesterday, and then we're gonna get into the Daredevil stuff in just a second here. How you doing today, though, man? Let me know. Have you been watching Dune Prophecy? Have any of you guys been watching Dune Prophecy? Let me get a 1 in the chat if you've been watching Dune Prophecy. Let me get a 2 in the chat if you haven't. And let me get a 1 in the chat if you guys have been watching Arcane. And then let me get a 2 in the chat if you haven't. Let's talk a little bit about Arcane, bro, because
Let's
that
do it, man.
definitely just dropped. We just got season 2, act 3, the series finale on Friday, and I thought that was fantastic, man. It was heartbreaking. It was very emotional. I think we got to get a lot of bookends while leaving certain things
Hmm.
open narratively so we can continue this story down another branch in the river later on. I think that we did a perfect job. I think they really did a perfect job of like kind of bringing that story, the story of Arcane itself, to an end.
Right, like that particular arc, so to speak.
Yes.
They did a good job of
Pun intended.
closing that bit. You know what I mean? They did a good job of closing that up, and then like you said, keeping some things open as we undoubtedly continue on with elements of the story, maybe not particularly this, but something else within the universe, as we discussed before this, all this stuff went down.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, they did a really good job, and like you said, it was heartbreaking. Like even Act Two was heartbreaking in a lot of ways. You know what I mean? So for them
Right.
to follow up with even more emotion and even more fire and a
Yeah.
lot of just a lot of crazy action, and it's just the back and forth, the twists and turns, the betrayals, those kind of things. Man, they did a really good job. They did
it
a really good
was
job.
it was fantastic, and it was definitely I want to say very it was unbelievable. Like when I was watching it, I was like, "Oh, they're going there." You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it was one
they
of
went
those
for it.
moments of like, "Oh shit." Like
They
they're
went
going
for
for
it.
it all the way across the board. Chat, let us know, did you guys like the Arcane series finale? Let me get a 1 in the chat for that. Let me get a 2 in the chat for that. Either one in the chat if you liked it, 2 in the chat if you did not. I thought it was really good. When we were doing the watch party here on the channel, though, people were conflicted, my boy, because that ending, my guy.
Ooh,
If this
ooh,
if this was a
ooh.
different show, I would talk about it, no bars on it. But since
I
not
feel you.
everybody, since 3 episodes are released at one time, it's so different, how they release this show. I don't want to go into too many spoilers about this one because I know some people might
Right.
even still be in
Right.
Act 2 right now that are in here and they haven't even watched it all yet because they drop 3 episodes at a time and you don't got all the time to get to that. But I thought that it was freaking crazy, though. You know what I mean? I thought it was crazy,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah. That I mean, that's probably the only way to describe it, man. They I mean, they swung for the fences. They went big. They
Man,
ended big. So, I mean, I appreciate it. I appreciate the huge effort being put forth, and
yes.
man, it was worth it. I think it all paid off. Like we said, we don't want to get into too much there, but everything that they built up, it was worth it, and it man, did it reach a
Yeah,
fever
bro.
pitch.
It was crazy, honestly. I can't believe the things that they were able to do and accomplish. Honestly, I,
Yeah,
I was like, like we're just watching it. I was so shocked. I was like, bro, they're really going for the gold right now.
yeah, they didn't
I
hold back.
think no, exactly. There was no punches being held back, and I think everything that they swung for, they hit that shit. You know what I mean? Now, I don't think
Oh,
I,
absolutely.
so yeah, that was fantastic, man, and I really loved it. I don't know if we'll be able to do a rewatch party for those 3 episodes, but if we can, you guys know it'll happen here. So make sure you drop a like, make sure you drop a sub, so you can stay up to date whenever we do any of those watch parties or reviews or whatever we may do around here on Marvel Bros. Okay. With all that being said, man, let's jump into our first topic of the day. Beezy, are you ready to get into it, my guy?
Oh, been itching. Let's go, man. Let's go.
Bro, I've been itching too. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, I feel like, yeah, this first video that we're gonna watch, I think both of these videos were like maybe like a week ago they dropped somehow, but I didn't see anything a week ago. I didn't see anything until like this weekend maybe about these things, and I was like, oh shit, what? How did we? Because this was out before we did last Marvelous Monday, so I was like, how did we?
Right, right.
How do we not see these to do them? Like, how do we not watch these last week when we were watching James Gunn stuff? I don't know how it slipped through my radar, but I'm pumped. I'm pumped to check this out. I'm ready to put it on, man, and get into it. So, um, do you know what this is about at all? Yo, Lauren
Not
Fresca
this.
with the $3 holla. I definitely appreciate you for the first but for the
Hey,
fist bump. Yo, shout out to the fist bump super chat. I appreciate you, Lauren. How you doing today, yo? I hope you're having a good one. But yeah,
let's
do you know what
go.
this is about, my guy?
Not I haven't seen the Daredevil one in its entirety, just bits and pieces here. But it's Cox and Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio kind of talking about this new run of Daredevil, how it compares to Netflix, and they do go ahead and confirm that elements from the Netflix series carry over here. And then they talk and they mention one of the big villains we've been talking about for this
Really?
show. So it's gonna be cool to kind of sit and hear their thoughts on it.
Yeah, oh, that's awesome, man. I love it when we're able to get these actors actually being able to be a little bit open and candid about what's going on. You know what I mean?
Right,
Because I know
right.
so often they're not able to say basically anything at all.
Anything.
so so when they get these moments to be really excited, I think we saw it a couple times. We seen it. We didn't see it too much within that first Daredevil interview that we watched not too long ago because we saw Vincent D'Onofrio and Charlie Cox somewhere else. I think it was like IGN or some. It was some other
Hmm.
thing like that, and we watched it, and they were kind of they were excited, but they really were showing that they couldn't say anything at all in that interview. Right? They
Yeah,
were like, "Bro, we
yeah.
can't
They're
say
bottled up.
anything." But they were super hyped, and we saw that same thing happen with the Russo brothers. I think it was at that same convention actually. Maybe I think it was
Oh,
for
right.
Collider, if I'm not mistaken. And then the Russo
I think
bros
so.
were super hyped, and they said something about that. I can't remember what name drop they had, and we were like, "Why the hell would they say that?" You know what I mean? It was so
Yeah,
weird.
they did let it, they were a little bit looser. They were a little bit looser. So
Yeah, yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
So I'm
That's
hoping that this one is a little bit looser because I mean, even from this, what we see right here, they look a little bit. They look like they probably started yapping. And when they start laughing, that's when we really get the good stuff. You know what I mean? When they start getting
hmm
lost in the conversation. That's when we get the
Yeah,
gems. So,
that's
yo,
it.
what's up with the dunked Nugget? How you doing, Nugget? Happy to have you up in here, G. Hope you're having
Hey,
a good
Nuggets
one.
back. Let's go.
Yeah. Yo, new Daredevil news we're about to see right now. So I haven't checked this video out. BZ hasn't seen it to its entirety either. So we're just gonna see what they have to say, and we'll break it down a little bit as we go as well. Okay, so let's dive in.
Go.
Hi, Ricardo. I'm Charlie Cox.
Oh, wait, you can't see this. Let me put it in the Discord. My bad, guy. My bad, my guy BZ.
Good looking
Yo,
out.
I
Good looking
caught
out.
myself. Yo, you was about to. I know you was gonna say nothing. My guy was about to be in the on the YouTube video about 2 minutes behind reacting. Let me throw this in here. Where's that? Where's that? Okay, this go live.
Coming up. There we go.
All right, all good.
Yes, sir.
Can you hear it?
Hi, Ricardo.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
Charlie Cox.
All right,
I'm
bet.
Vincent D'Onofrio.
Let's get it.
She joked about my hair, but it was the same hair.
She's right.
That's the style.
I know.
Oh, I forgot the selfie. I was so nervous. Can I?
It's too late now. It's done it. Should we do it again? Should we do it again?
What do we do?
Later. Oh, sorry for that. I was joking about my hair and I forgot the picture.
We can do it after.
Thank you.
Starting time.
Okay, guys. I think I was in high school when the first series was released back in 2015. I skipped a few classes to watch the episodes, and now almost 10 years later, come on, you guys are as fresh as new as these characters. This is perfect. So how do you guys feel keeping that fresh, that new, and having the most loyal fans in the whole Marvel universe?
Facts.
It feels like we do
Yeah.
have the most loyal fans. I mean, I don't know if that's true, but it certainly feels like that to myself, and I know to Charlie as well. It
I've been
feels great
forgetting he ain't
to
blind
play
in
this
real life.
character. It feels great to be doing this show with Charlie. He's an awesome actor. We don't get to do a lot of scenes together because then we wouldn't have a show if we were in every scene together. But when we do, I truly look forward to it. And you know, this character keeps getting more complicated. He keeps getting more powerful, and he keeps getting more dangerous, and emotionally dangerous, and physically dangerous. And yeah, it's awesome.
And that's a good thing to note as well, right? Because we definitely seen bro amped up in Hawkeye. That's what a lot of people we forgot about it, but he was amped up in Hawkeye, okay? And he survived getting shot in the face. So we can't forget those things. Those are some very key moments that we have seen him do that Netflix's version of his character could not do. Like he was not throwing people through buildings. You know what I mean? Like he wasn't.
No.
He wasn't running through buildings and he wasn't taking grenades. Like that's not what bro was on before. So I'm excited that he said that because we kind of already know that a little bit, and it can jar the minds of the of the watchers.
Absolutely. Gotta love that
How
kind
do
of
you
shit,
feel
man.
about it?
For real, bro.
Yeah, it's such an honor. You know, I'm still pinching myself that we still get to play these characters, that we're still making this show. You know, most people who started the show 10 years ago, and they're, you know, 10 years later we're still talking about it, it's usually because they're coming up with their final season. You know what I mean? And here we are at season 1, you know, 10 years later. So who knows how much longer it can go on. So, but I hope we come back to Brazil in 2034 and we're with our Zimmer frames and we're still talking about it.
And back with another season.
Bro, I didn't even think about that. That's such a good point.
That's perspective. That's perspective.
Damn.
Think about it.
Damn, bro.
Really think about that.
10 years later and they starting it and they already have a solid fan base that's gonna show up and show the hell out. Like
Been
they
waiting
are.
10 years. That's crazy.
Bro, I can't believe it.
10 years. But I mean, you know, you got loyal fan
Like-
bases that people will wait for it. People wait for it. It's the same case when we could speak on like things like Zack Snyder. It don't
Facts.
matter how long it takes. You know, those loyal fans will wait for it. And if you give it to them, and if you give them
Facts.
something that they can enjoy, and if you do it with love and care, hey, the base is always going to be there.
Yeah, they gonna wait. If you build it,
No,
they
they're
will
going to wait.
come.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Exactly. That's it.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Speaking about Brazil and Brazilian fans, can you guys have been through a lot of panels around the world, and you guys can confirm the Brazilians scream the loudest.
They scream loud. They're very enthusiastic, and that's well known within the community. Isn't
Yeah.
it? You go to Brazil and they are passionate, you know, and you see it. I saw it last night at the soccer game, and you see it when you come to the Comic Con here, or you come to a D23 type thing, and it's really moving. I found they're walking on stage just now at the panel there. It's moving, to have that kind of reception.
I mean, let's face it, like people that have apostrophes and a lot of vowels in their names are the most awesome people.
And we have long names. You guys have
People with apostrophe and what?
faced each other, and you have faced a lot of characters, villains, and heroes. But now we have we're seeing Matthew and Wilson again, but we have new characters, and we have few glimpses on these trailers about this new serial killer artist. Is there anything you guys can say about this character?
Oh my God,
Muse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
What can we say about
This
it?
is the villain I was telling y'all.
Is this the first time that they've actually said
Yes.
that the villain is
It's
Muse?
the
I was
first
about to
time
say, wait a
they
minute.
openly talked about it.
I was like, hold on. Now that I'm thinking about it, we've known that it was Muse. I guess the
Exactly. It's
general
only
public
been
hasn't
set
got that
photos,
confirmation.
our conversations, like that's it.
Yeah.
It hasn't been anything official said. This
So
is it.
Charlie confirms right now that Muse is the main villain of
Uh-huh.
Daredevil. That's
Is
crazy.
there anything you guys can say about this character?
Muse.
Yeah.
Yeah. What can we say about him?
I'm
Yeah.
so scared about I'm so scared about the Marvel Police spoilers that I didn't say the name, but what
Snipers.
You wouldn't want to be in his company.
Yeah.
You would not want to be in Muse's company. You would want to stay as far away from Muse as possible.
Yeah.
Muse has an appetite that's not fun.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see this.
And it's a shout out to our costume designer,
Yeah.
Emily, who's that costume is so bloody cool.
Yeah.
And like next year at the Comic Cons,
Yeah.
you're gonna see so
Oh,
many
yeah.
muses.
Yeah. And it will be because
Oh,
of him.
that's a fact.
Yeah.
I've only seen
And the
Yeah.
actor portraying.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah.
because there was
Like
a
Halloween gonna be
perfect,
crazy in 2025.
Taking from the comic and bring it to life. It was perfect, and I only see one shot. So you guys that acted it, you are saying that I know that it's really perfect this way.
Yeah.
So finish just to wrap it up. Last year, is one of my favorite stories in life. Last year when we spoke for Echo, I asked you if you could invite our Legado fans to watch the series in a Wilson Fisk menacing way, and he said no. And it was the best thing in the world for me. The menacing Wilson Fisk style.
I'm not going to do Wilson Fisk's voice for you if that's what you're asking. No. No, but I think everybody out there in Brazil should watch Echo.
Me. I keep saying about this through every day. I say about this, but now we have the chance to live in the past and not in any menacing way, but invite the Legado followers to watch Daredevil Born Again. Can you guys do this for me?
Yeah, but what's how you say it?
What I asked him.
No,
Legado.
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 Because we are Legado da Marvel. It's like legacy in Portuguese. Legado.
Okay.
What about it?
Can you guys invite them to watch Daredevil Born Again?
You say hi Leguado.
Hi Legado. Hi Legado.
Hi Legado. Okay, so hi.
Yeah,
Legado.
this way.
Okay.
Perfect.
To camera or?
Oh, okay. We don't need to see all that. But yo,
Yeah.
I am I'm hyped. I'm hyped, bro. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie. I'm hyped. Like, tell me something, BZ. Talk to me, man. Talk to me.
Man. So when they mentioned you don't want to be in Muse's company, he's a very, very powerful dude. They mean that, right? So Muse, as for those unfamiliar, he is a character from the Chip Zdarsky run of Daredevil, Man Without Fear. He is a serial killer who uses the blood of his victims to perform murals in the streets of New York. So he's very sick. He's sadistic. He's a twisted individual. He has powers. He is a type of inhuman. So That is something to look forward to. We haven't seen Inhumans in
Ooh,
so
he's an
far, right?
Inhuman? I don't think I knew that.
Yeah, yeah, man. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, he's like a
What?
different type. He's like a different type. So,
Okay.
he is a problem. He's going to be a problem. He's not like your one and done villain of the week type thing. Okay. No, 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 no. He's going to be around for pretty much majority of the first season. He's going to be a problem. Even Fisk is going to have to, deal with. I don't know how many of y'all saw the trailer, but he has a few shots in the trailer where you can see Muse as well, and then you see Fisk and Matt sitting at a table together, and they're pretty much discussing, yo, how we gonna take out this dude, man? Because this guy's a problem for
Oh,
you
is
and
that
for me.
so the diner scene that we see from the trailer is them discussing how to handle Muse.
Right, right. And as you can see from that scene,
Oh.
he already knows who Matt is because he makes the joke
Yeah.
about his friend, his night job and all that. So,
Like making some
but
of
this
those
is how
events
big
from
of a
Netflix
deal.
canon and stuff, like canonizing that,
Yes,
they kind of know everything
exactly.
about
That
each other and whatnot.
exactly.
And I think we also saw Vanessa, him and Vanessa, so
Yep.
they brought Vanessa back. We also saw the painting, the white wall or whatever it's called, that also has the blood splatter on it.
Yep.
We saw a lot of those key moments from that trailer that allows us to know that this is going to be pretty canon to the Netflix show, but I don't think it's going to be like a one of one canon necessarily.
Right, exactly. They're not gonna like flash back to something that happened during the Netflix run. They're like acknowledging the history of it, but not really talking about it, right? It's like, okay, it happened, we're moving on from it. So you'll see things
In the similar
that
vein
you'll
of like what
recognize.
James Gunn was just saying last week about the
Exactly.
DCU.
Yes, yes, literally that. Literally that. So you'll see things that you'll recognize. You'll see characters, you'll see the actors from the Netflix series, because pretty much all of them are coming back. But I mean, that'll be your indication, right? They're not going to be like, well, I remember what happened back in this time, and then they all of a sudden split to something that happened on Netflix. They're not going to do all that, right? They're going to acknowledge that the Netflix history is indeed canon, and they just keep it going, right? They're not forgetting the history. They're just not going to spend too much time talking about it. So
Makes
those are
sense.
all indications right there. The trailer, these guys talking about it, these are all the indications. So I'm telling you, it's really something to look forward to. Y'all wanted that dark, gritty nature. That's definitely going to be in play here. And we're going to get a lot, and I mean a whole lot of death. It's gonna be a lot of not a lot of people out here because we're talking Muse, and Muse got to get everybody's attention. So people have to die in order for that to happen. Murals of just blood, man.
Yes. So it definitely
Yeah.
sounds like we're gonna be getting Man Without Fear mixed with a little bit of Devil's Reign. Is that what it is? Is it
Mm-hmm.
Devil's Reign? And
Yep. And
it
that's
sounds
going to
like
be
those are
something
gonna
that
be
kind
like
of
the
stretches.
okay,
That's
okay.
going to it's going to stretch not just in Daredevil, right? It's going to cross over to some of the other elements, even post Secret Wars,
Mm,
because right now within the greater side of Marvel, we're in a multiversal type of route. But
makes sense.
if as we come off on the other side of that, we will see this Devil's Reign story continue. So this is not the end. It doesn't end here with just Daredevil. Like it's gonna cross over to things like Punisher. We even get Spider-Man on the other side of things, maybe even a little bit subplot wise going into Spidey 4. That's gonna be mostly multiversal, but you know,
Okay.
it's
That's
just
dope.
it doesn't end here, right? Echo was like the launch, well, not even Echo. Hawkeye was really the launch point of all of that. And then
Yeah.
Echo, then Daredevil. It's kind of like an ongoing story.
It's kind of like the WandaVision trilogy.
Yes, if you pay attention, that's kind of how they're doing these things, especially on the series side of things. That's kind of how they're doing it, right? Like you got your WandaVision, then you got Agatha as we move on into Vision Quest, and then even the WandaVision stuff ties into the movies with Multiverse of Madness and Loki and those things.
Yeah.
So all of those kind of go together, but they still have their own kind of chain of events that they follow. This will be the same way.
Okay, that's awesome. That's dope though. That sounds like the strat that they should try to continue with going forward for sure. You know what I mean?
It's
That's
work.
definitely
Yeah,
something that
it's work
they
for sure. Yeah,
they need
absolutely.
to do because I think that's one thing that can also set them apart from a lot of these other platforms, right? Like because I don't think Disney Plus can ever really touch like HBO Max's shows in the same way. You know what I mean? So they have to stand out
Right.
in a very different manner. They have to kind of show out differently. And I think by creating these mini trilogies within the series, it does make it feel a little more cinematic. And I know that's a lot. That's been like one of the main complaints with people is like, wow, why are the shows like a movie? And it's like, bro, this is called the cinematic universe. You know what I mean? So we want these shows to actually be more like a movie than just a regular television show. But I know what y'all
Like they
like.
missed
I
the
think
most
everybody
important point.
went in wanting like more of Marvel Runaways or Daredevil and
Mm, mm.
those type of things, which I can definitely understand and I am down for because those
Yeah.
are good shows. But you know, we still don't we've never seen what we've seen from these Disney Plus shows from any of the other Marvel shows that have been created like ever. They just don't touch they're not able to do the same type of things because it's just so different.
Right. Right. And so, I mean, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
it's
I'm
just so
hyped.
different and it's kind of its own thing. So,
My guy Nugget said
but
hashtag bring
like you
back the
said, like people really
Inhumans.
miss the biggest part of the cinematic universe is that it's
Oh,
cinematic.
cinematic. Exactly. Exactly, yo. So the reason why
That's
you're watching this
literally the most
show and it
important part.
feels like a 9-hour movie is because this is the cinematic universe, baby. Like that's why, you know what I mean? Like that's what you want it to feel. That like isn't that what we all asked for? I'm so confused.
Right.
Yo,
Right.
the wires
Exactly.
got twisted. My guy Nugget said, "Is this show gonna be R-rated?" It is, Nugget. This will be in the same. This
Yes.
is gonna be just like Daredevil Born Again. It's gonna Daredevil Born Again. It's gonna be like Netflix's Daredevil,
The
just as
Netflix series, like it's literally that.
yeah,
Like there's no drop off. If
gory,
anything, it's
crazy.
more. Yes, if anything, it's more ratcheted up
Yeah, I was
than the
about to say.
Netflix series. There is no drop off. All right, so do not worry about that. There is no watering down of it. And John Berthal himself even said as much. He said, "I'm not coming back if they're gonna water down what I got going on." He's like, "Punisher is Punisher, and if they're gonna do anything but honor what I was doing with Netflix, I'm not coming back."
And I
He's in
mean,
the
from
trailer, so
that
come on, guys. Come
Daredevil,
on,
yeah, I was
guys.
about to say from that Daredevil trailer that we did get to see, uh, because we didn't get to see a lot from it, but it was crazy.
Right.
Let me see if I can find that because I know people had ended up like splicing all of the moments from that other trailer together in order to like see what that would be. Yeah, I think this is it actually. Look at that.
Right there.
Okay. All right, ad. But yeah, man, like here we go.
Bread. This
Oh,
ain't
yeah.
gonna be easy.
Oh, this isn't real.
Oh,
Ah,
no. What was
I was,
fanfic,
I
fan
mean, I knew it
made,
was I thought they had just spliced all the stuff together, bro.
all
Like,
the
come
footage,
on.
all the real footage.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was waiting for, but I guess they didn't do it.
You know,
Here
people
we
get
go.
crazy with
Here
the
we go.
internet and
I think
AI and
this
all
is
that good
it.
shit.
I think this is it. Yeah, this is it. This is it. This is what I'm looking for, baby.
It's gonna get good.
Here we go.
It's been some time, hasn't it? You've come up in the world.
I can say the same about you.
I wonder if
Yeah.
your darker half would agree.
Darker half. There it is.
Brother.
Exactly what kind of a lawyer are you?
A really good
My
one.
goodness.
We have a long road ahead of us. Much to do.
See the office he was in, right?
Yup. That yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is
gonna get
everything.
good.
Let me
Mayor
put it
Fisk.
on loop
Mayor
and
Fisk is
mute
here,
it,
baby.
bro. Yo, like this is it's gonna
Mayor
be
Fisk is
crazy.
here, baby.
Yeah, Mayor Fisk is legit here. Like look at where every time you see him, you can just tell he's holding himself with a certain swag that we ain't seen him with
Wow.
before, Even when they're in the diner and
He's
he has that
distinguished.
presidential pin going on, and it's like, oh, okay.
Exactly.
My guy
Yeah. You
broke
see him
his
in the
neck.
office and
Look at that
everything.
man. Oh my god, that guy is dead. This dude is dead. Look,
Oh yeah, yeah. He done.
yo,
You talk that. Chalk that. Yeah. Chalk it, my guy. Chalk it.
Who the heck is that? Daredevil that threw him, bro? No, that's not
No,
Daredevil. Who the
no, it
hell
might be
did that?
Swordmaster. It might be Swordmaster. I can't see the fit.
Hold on, let's slow that down. I think it might be one of the tigers, maybe,
You'll
because
definitely see the Tigers.
it kind of looked like that mask, but they were in all black though. Where's my playback? Here we go. Playback. Let's get a slow mo. Okay, we saw that already. I want to know who the hell that was. I was okay. So this is him fighting Muse,
Yeah, it's Muse
and
right there.
then oh no, this is some random person. That's strong as shit. What?
I don't think he's random.
Wait
He's
a
gonna be
minute.
definitely worth something.
Did you see that shit?
Yeah, he just judo flip that
That's
man to his death. Pedro Martinez, that man.
bruh. I don't know if you could just do this to somebody. You know what I mean? I don't know if this is something that could
That's
just be
curtains for
done.
him, dog. Look, that's face meet floor. It's
It's
a
over,
wrap.
bruh. Like it's over. It's a wrap,
So
bro.
you remember that the warehouse scene with Batman and and
Yes,
Zack Snyder
bro.
Justice League with punch dude through the floor? Like that's that.
Yes, bro. Because what the
That's like,
hell?
yeah, bro. Bro is not alive, bro. There's no way you could punch somebody into the floor and they hit the little scorpion flip. There's
Bruh.
no way they lived through that, dog. This man's whole body flipped over on his
Yo,
side. He's
what?
he's not
How do
getting up
you
from
know
that.
who this is?
He's
Could
not
that be
getting
Matt
up.
Murdock without the suit? You know, I mean, without his Daredevil suit, or is the hair too light? I don't
Nah, they're
know.
hiding his face on purpose. They're hiding his face on purpose.
Yeah, like who the heck, bro? And
So
look at
it's a
how he
character. It's a
flips
character
this
of
man.
significance.
Bro, he
Man just
just
took his
flips
hand
it.
and gave him a trip. Come
He
take a
just
trip with me,
grabbed
dog.
him and just pow, like, and you're dead.
Yeah,
Oh my god, you see the blood? Oh my gosh, that was
he's
brutal.
done,
Not
done.
gonna lie, that was
It's like
brutal.
if he's not dead, that collarbone is done, that shoulder's done. Like he's not getting
Yo.
up.
Oh yeah, and then of course we see Kamala
Kamala's
Khan's
dad.
daddy in this as well. Who knows what
Yeah.
the like? I honestly have no idea what could be going on in this show outside of all the other
I
like
want to say it's related to
the DODC no
the DOC
or is it
chasing,
CO
you know, they
Center
were still
of Damage Control? Yeah. There we go.
damage control. Yeah,
CODC.
trying to, you know, they was still trying to chase her down for a bit until we find out that she's a mutant. So I would assume that they're still after
Hmm.
her, especially since we got mutants coming on the other side of Secret Wars. That damage control will play a pretty big part going forward. I like how what the TVA is to the multiverse. So I kind of see that for the DMC.
Oh, okay. That actually makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. I would be down for that. I can see the CODC really growing into something a lot more dangerous.
Oh yeah,
It already is.
yeah,
I mean, it already is
yeah. You know
dangerous
what I'm
right
saying?
now.
We're talking mutants now, so we gotta get the humans to kind of find a way to combat evolution, so to speak, right? So they got to come up with their own ways to deal with these powered individuals that they don't like.
Yeah, that's dope. There are a lot of threads that are
I
going
think
on
this
within
might
the
be like
MCU.
our seeds being planted for a bigger role for them, other than like being the goofy the goofy antagonists that are always one step behind.
For real. I'm down. I mean, ever since they got introduced, because I think the first time we saw them being introduced is Spider-Man, right? Like,
Yeah, Spider-Man.
yeah. So I think they're definitely gonna come back with a vengeance. I wouldn't be surprised if they probably work with Sword or something like that. I think they could show up in the Vision Quest series as well, possibly. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
if he's
that's actually not a bad guess.
if he's on some crazy demon time or whatever he's gonna be doing, White Vision. We don't know what White Vision's about to be on. We don't know what time he's gonna be on for real. So we could see him trying to break into these places to get certain materials that he might need to build something or just anything adjacent to that. It's very possible.
Right. So yeah,
Uh
it's definitely possible.
yeah, man, I'm pumped, yo. It's gonna be crazy, you guys. Let us know how you guys are feeling about Daredevil Born Again. Make sure you drop all your thoughts theories, and questions about Daredevil Born Again in the conversation in the comment section down below. And let us know how you're feeling. You feel me? Okay, okay. I'm gonna let's jump into chat a little bit here and see what you guys been saying. Charlie Cox looks so good. Yo, I agree, Dunk Nugget. He was looking like he ready to get back to it, man. He ready to get put his hands on some people. You feel me? This show is gonna bring a lot of people back to Marvel, I believe. I mean, Daredevil brought a lot of people back. Agatha brought some people in too. Brought some new people in actually, and then we gonna have
Even
something
now.
like Daredevil Born Again to just keep it going. I think we got a lot of good stuff happening right now. I'm
Yeah,
pretty
like even
pumped.
after the show ended, the viewership spiked for those last couple of episodes, like even after the fact. So there are people are tuning into Agatha now. So
That's
if you
awesome.
think, if we can see people jumping on the band back on the bandwagon for Agatha, imagine once Daredevil drops, man. Like these people are gonna go crazy for this because everyone loved what happened with how it went down on the Netflix series, and they ate up everything they threw at us, even Defenders, even though that was kind of subpar compared to everything else.
Super
But
subpar compared to everything else, man.
but that's the thing. Like if you build up that rapport, though, they're gonna watch it, right? They're gonna see it. And
Yeah,
so
they're
that's
not
kind of how
worried about it.
That's kind of how the MCU has set themselves up all of these years. Like they built up that cachet. So I mean, I say this all the time. Like MCU is at a point now that they could put out a movie about a stick figure and people will go see it.
I mean,
That's
they
where
low
they
key
are.
have with I Am Groot. You feel me?
You feel me? You feel me?
You feel me? Yo, it's crazy. Yeah,
Like it was an
exactly.
animated short about a fucking tree, dog. Come on.
And we
Who
ate
says
that shit
three
up too.
words?
We ate that shit up, bro. They put the Watcher in
Ain't
there and
that shit up,
everything, bro.
bro? We
Come
out
on,
there
son.
dancing with him. What do you mean?
That's how we got our first look at the live action version of the Watcher. You know what I mean? Like that was
Exactly.
crazy.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's insane. Like why did they put the Watcher there? Why is the Watcher watching Groot? Like I need to go back and watch that show again. Like what the hell did he do that was so important to be watched?
Exactly. Like, why are you here? Why are you here,
Why
sir?
are you here, G?
Why are you here, man?
My guy Lewis. What's
Random
up with
thought.
it, Lewis? My guy Lewis Barry, man.
Hey,
The
Lewis is back.
Foreseer. You know what I mean? Um,
Yeah.
hope to get Majors Kang back in Avengers 5.
Ooh, buddy, we'll get to that.
Yeah, you feel me? Stay
We'll get to that.
tuned. Stay tuned,
We'll
buddy.
get to that, buddy. We'll get to that.
Lewis said, he also said, hope to get Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, First Steps, and/or Season 2, A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, and Until Dawn trailers this month. This month, as in November, because we only got 5 more days left, Pippin.
Your best bet is CCXP, dog.
My guy said, bro, within the next week.
No, I'm blessed.
Yo.
We literally got a week left, dog. Like, I don't know. I don't think it's happening.
I don't know,
Now, I
man, but
can see next month for a few of those trailers because we got CCXP. That's like the last big comic related thing to end the year.
Okay.
I can see that there. And then, then we got the Super Bowl. So,
I think we heard rumors about there possibly being a Superman trailer for
yes,
CCXP, but I don't know if
correct.
I don't know how much validity there is to that, but I know there's a rumor for it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. So that's what's going around. We'll see. CCXP. They don't put that out live. So we'll have to catch the bootleg trailers. But
facts. They be doing us dirty, bruh.
man, I hate how they do us, man. Like, come on.
I
Like
don't
they should
know.
like just do like a little online thing, like charge everybody a little something. Just let us watch. Like, come on, man. They can make money off of that. But they want their in person
I
stuff,
doubt
which I
James
get it.
Gunn is gonna show something that won't also come online. I just highly
Yeah, and
doubt
see that's
that.
kind of how I feel because he's right now in the middle of post production with Superman. And so I
Mm.
don't even know if he's gonna have time to be there. I think if anything, he'll send out like a little video saying, "Hey, sorry, I can't be there. Here's a quick look at something." It'll be like a little clip of like,
Oh,
and he might take off, or we get
the
a quick
cape.
look of him taking off or something like that. You know what I mean? I don't think it's going to be anything significant.
I feel that. I feel that. Hashtag bring back Jessica Jones. Hashtag release the air cut. My guy Barry.
If you wait long enough, you'll get both of those.
Man.
But just like we talked about, it's just like we talked about. If you wait long enough, we got the fan base there. The fans will wait. The air cut thing has kind of been up and down, but
Mhm.
there is some smoke behind that, and we're definitely getting Jessica Jones. I mean, just look, they brought back everything we've seen Netflix wise already. So yeah, we're getting Jessica Jones, y'all. Just be patient.
Facts. Nugget said, I literally just finished a rewatch of Jessica Jones season 1 a few hours ago. They definitely need to
Man,
bring her back. Season
oh
1
yeah,
is
it's
peak.
coming. She's on the way. Kristen Ritter and all, like she's coming.
Yeah, that show is peak, man. It's crazy. One of the best TV seasons ever, and hope Jessica Jones returns for Daredevil Born Again. I don't know if we're gonna see her in Born Again. We might though. I know they wanted
I
her to
don't think
be
it'll
in
be
it
first
at
season.
first when it was
I don't think
supposed to
it'll be
be 18 episodes. Jessica Jones was
exactly, and that's
going to
exactly where I
be
was
in the
going.
show. Yeah.
I think with how they're breaking up the episodes, you probably won't see her this first go round, but the next go round, because they will start planting seeds for defenders, right? They're not gonna not do that.
Mhm.
Because you do need a street team. You do need a street team. So yeah, you'll see her. I don't think it may not be these first 9 episodes, but back when it was 18 episodes straight up, I would be like, yeah, you're gonna
I
see her
honestly
this
wouldn't be
this next go
surprised if
round.
we get a full blown Defenders name drop and shit like in this season of
Oh
Daredevil.
yeah,
Like, you know what
yeah,
I
for
mean? Like
sure. Like I don't
they're
think
not
they'll
gonna
hide
be
it. They're not
I
gonna
don't
be.
think. Yeah, there's no teasing. There's not gonna be any
Yeah, no.
teasers like that. I don't think there's gonna be too many Easter eggs for. Oh, does this maybe mean something? No, they're gonna be flat
Oh
out
yeah, yeah.
telling us shit. Like it's just gonna
They're gonna
be.
be straight up. They're not gonna be subtle
Yeah,
about it. They're not gonna be
yeah,
subtle
they're
about it.
gonna
It's
be
like,
flat
nah,
out.
the time for that's over with.
Like, did she just say Mephisto is gonna be on that level? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
it's
literally
literally
gonna be
that.
like
Yeah,
that. Like, it's gonna be crazy.
yeah. That's what they're on. That's the timing they're on, and that's where we're gonna be. Yeah, they're not gonna play around with it. They're not gonna play around with it.
Yeah, and I'm hyped. I'm definitely hyped for it,
They're
chat.
not gonna
For
dance because
sure.
Netflix danced around a lot of things, and because they couldn't flat out say some of the things.
Yeah.
They're not gonna do that. They're not gonna do that here. They're not gonna dance around anything. It's like these are our characters. We own all of this shit now. We're not gonna dance with it. You're
We
not gonna hear
gonna
about
do the
the
damn
incident or the
thing.
big green guy. You know what I mean? Like, nah, they're gonna straight
Yeah.
up say that
The
shit.
dude with the shield. That shit
The
used to
guy with the
piss me
shield.
off. Oh my god. Like, bro. That is so lame. It's like when
Flying
it's
thunder
literally like
gods.
it's like when you read the comics right now and they're like click clock. It's like, come on,
Yeah,
son.
yeah,
Like
just come on, bro. Just pay them that little change. Just say tick tock.
just
The
say
hell
the
is
that
click
little
clock?
change. Just say the damn
Just pay them that
thing.
little change. Y'all ain't Disney. Y'all got the money, man. Come on,
Like,
stop
bro.
playing.
Click
Quick clock.
clock?
Yeah, that
Exactly.
pisses me off when I see that shit in the comments. Quick clock. I'm like, bro,
Bruh, why are y'all doing
bro.
this?
And
Like,
whatever it
it's
was for their replacement, their legally safe version of Instagram. Like, come on, guys.
yeah, for real. It'd be like
Come on, guys.
Flickstagram,
Like
like
Flickstagram or something like.
Picturegram. Like, bro, come
Come
on,
on,
G. What
man.
are we
Come
doing?
on, man. Why even bring it up?
That's just funny. Yeah, but yeah, man, that's Daredevil Born Again. It's right around the corner, you guys. It's gonna be out next year, right after Captain America, Brave New World. So make sure you guys are
First
subbed
quarter,
up.
baby.
Make sure you got those notifications on because we are gonna be doing watch parties and reviews for those every single week when they start. Like we're gonna be doing watch parties and reviews for show. Like it's gonna be a vibe 100%. So make sure you guys are here and ready for it. Okay?
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
gonna run to the restroom real quick, and then when we get back, we'll jump into Kevin Feige and talking about you know what I mean, all the stuff that's gonna be going on with not only Avengers Doomsday, but the entirety of the future of the MCU after the multiverse saga as well. So make sure you guys
This
stay
is a
tuned.
video that you guys want to see. Okay, I'm gonna throw the tease out there. This is something that you guys are gonna want to see because we'll get into it detail wise, but you're gonna want to see this video. So make sure y'all come. Make sure y'all come back for this.
So make sure y'all stay tuned. All right, we'll be right back.
I'm just trying
Yeah.
to go beyond infinity to Blasting off to another galaxy. Does anybody wanna come along? Blasting off to another galaxy, to infinity and beyond. I'm just trying to go beyond infinity. Does anybody wanna come along? I'm just trying to go beyond infinity, to infinity and beyond. Blasting off to another galaxy. Does anybody wanna come along? My anxieties through the ceiling. Sometimes I'm in my feelings. Just play the cards they're dealing. You can have my heart, don't steal it. My anxiety gets the best of me. What's the recipe? Is it Hennessy and weed? Is it Zanny so I can sleep? Is it leaving what's left? It takes all of me to give my all to you, the way you want me to. But I still try, cause I ain't trying to waste no time when tomorrow can be gone. I'm up all night trying to write a love song to you. Yeah, it's true. You got me trying to do right, cause I do bad on my own. That's why I never knew what really made a house a home. But it's you. Once upon a time is a hard thing to come by. It's a hard thing to come by. Your heart and my mind are a hard thing to combine. They're a hard thing to go on. Wish upon a star. Wish upon that no matter where you are, no matter where you'll find love. No matter where you'll find me. No matter where. My thoughts get intrusive. It got me smoking just to ease the pain. Get lost in the music and let the beat flow through your veins. I'm young, gifted and foolish, cause I ain't worried about a fucking thing. When you have it, you can lose it, and that shit ain't gon' never change. And that shit ain't gon' never, and that shit ain't gon' never change. And that shit ain't gon' never, and that shit ain't gon' never change.
And we are back. I hope everybody is ready to get into it. Man, ain't nothing to it but to do it.
Yeah, we here.
Yes, we here and we are ready to get it. So, like I said, we are about to check out Kevin Feige's interview that he did talking about Avengers. Wait, this is not the thing. Avengers Doomsday, talking about some Marvel stuff, and you know, just all around. Wait, what just happened? Not sure. And just all around, you know, being a being a dope guy, you know what I mean? Just being Kevin Feige and letting us know the things that are going to be coming in the future. So let's check this one out and let's see what's happening.
Let's do it.
Let me see. Am I still? Yeah, we're still okay. We're still good. Don't know what was going on there. Let's see. And blow. Oh, oops. I know what happened. All right, that's okay. Let's get it.
And there have been a lot of questions about the Scarlet Witch after that show. So we love Mahershala as that character, but particularly love the character.
Oh.
Yes, X-Men are coming.
Welcome back to Brazil.
Thank you so much.
Oh, okay, wait. I think there's one thing missing before I can do this interview properly, okay? Give me a second.
Very nice.
Now we can talk like Wiggles,
Thank
right?
you.
It's fair to say that in 2024, we've had a kind of an MCU light year. We didn't have as many things as we normally do. But it looks like in 2025, the foot is back on the pedal. So can you confirm that Marvel's back like fully on its
Telling the boss man this.
its usual rhythm?
I think so. Yeah, I think that rhythm is shifting a little bit. There were points where we had 4 shows and 4 movies, and we're scaling that back to 2 or 3 movies, 2 shows. But in 2025, yes, we've got 3 movies and 3 shows and a number of animated series. We've been working on those for a long time, and a lot of them we're ready now to be released in 2025, which we're very excited about.
So So if you notice, they do not look at their animated series even almost like how they look at everything else. So when they're
Nah.
saying, "Oh, we're getting 3 shows and 3 movies," that's basically never going to mean anything animated from what he just said. So
Nope.
X-Men
You are correct.
97, Freshman First Class, Freshman First Class, what the hell? Spider-Man Freshman Year. I don't know
Yeah.
what the hell I just did in my brain. But you know, all of those projects that are still going to be amazing, mind you, those are still going
Right.
to be coming out. So that makes it like that 3 shows a year actually goes up to probably about 5 or 6 when you really put those other things into perspective as well, with things like What If happening, things like
Mhm.
obviously X-Men 97 now, Marvel Zombies. Like we have so many other shows that are there to fulfill that docket other than just the live action series that they're talking about, which is crazy.
Right. And so the fact that he openly like makes that distinction again, like that should kind of tell you how they look at the animated shows versus everything else that they're doing. Two separate things. Two separate things.
Exactly, which is something very
They're
good
different.
to know. I think that's very good to know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
We don't know a lot about the MCU slate past 2025, but we have 2 Avengers movies for 26 and 27.
Yes.
I wonder, I know you can't say much, but are there more films to be announced in those years, or are you saving a premiere spot for the Avengers?
Most of our attention right now is on the Avengers. When you make 2 Avengers movies, they are colossal, they are gigantic, they're all consuming. But we have announced a Spider-Man film, which will now be released in between those 2 Avengers movies.
I think a name on a lot of MCU fans' minds right now is Blade.
Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, he's moving to another conversation. I want to talk about that Spider-Man thing real quick because he definitely tried to just speed past that. You see how that was just like, oh, you know, yeah, now a Spider-Man movie sits in between those. Okay, no, guys, like, I want to let you guys know that the reason for that, like, that Spider-Man movie is going to be like, what is it, Avengers 5.5, I think, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's like literally what we've been talking about the last month or two. Like, it's going to be a multiversal film. They had to change what they originally planned for that because they stuck it right in between 2 multiverse films. There's no way Spider-Man sitting in between 2 multiverse films, coming off a multiverse film himself, is not going to also be a multiverse film. So he sped past that because there's a lot of things that that will be basically giving up the goods if he said anything about Spider-Man.
And you guys got to think about it
where
too,
it's
because
coming.
Spider-Man is basically going to be like Captain America Civil War. Like, Captain America Civil War really set up Infinity War entirely. Our heroes aren't together because they're beefing. All these other things are going on internally with all the Avengers. And that is going to basically be what we get with Spider-Man 4 as well, but in a multiversal way. But it's still going to be on that same premise. So it's going to be really interesting to see that, and it's really important to listen to the way Kevin Feige speaks for these exact reasons. You know what I mean? It's going to be like a mini trilogy in itself.
And it's this simple. It's this simple. It's coming right behind Doomsday.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know. It's coming right behind Avengers Doomsday. You don't think those things will spill over? Whatever happens in Doomsday, we know it's Doom. You don't think Doom's going to show up as Spider-Man? Come on, man. Come on, y'all.
And I'm pretty sure the rumor so far has been that we see like the majority of the cast like go into that Spider-Man movie as well. You know what I mean?
The Spider-Man movie is, like you said, another Avengers film.
We see all of the Fantastic Four go into Doomsday. We see all of the people from Doomsday go into Spider-Man 4, and then we see all of them and more go into Secret Wars. So it's going to be insane, bro. Like, it's gonna be insane,
bro. It's like 140 different characters, man, that we know of. Okay, 140 characters that we can name. That's gonna pop up in these films. And that's not including the ones we aren't privy to yet, the ones that they're hiding from us, the ones that we don't have that insider knowledge of yet. We're talking 140 that we can just name
that's
and speculate.
Insane, brother. That's insane, yo.
That's wild times,
you guys gotta buckle up, man. You guys gotta buckle up.
I think a name on a lot of MCU fans' minds right now is Blade. We've been getting different reports on the rewrites, date shifts. Can you tell us what's going on with that film right now and if Marvel's still committed to it?
We are. We love that character. We love Mahershala as that character, but particularly love the character. And every time we change a direction or admit that we're still trying to figure it out, we tell everybody. So I think you're up to date on it. But the character will be coming in the not too distant future.
That's
one blade. There you go.
That's very, bruh. Knowledge is beautiful. So again, if we listen to the way he said that, not only is he they're doubling down that they're going to be doing this Blade movie, tripling down on Mahershala Ali, but they are. He's really saying that no, we are doing Blade. So Blade is going to be not only important, but he's going to be pivotal because the way he's talking about it, it's like, nah, man, we need no, we are really interested in working with Mahershala, we are very interested in continue doing this, but we are more interested in bringing Blade in. Like, they want to do these storylines. They are wanting to bring in that lore that is all attached to this character, and I am so ready for it.
Exactly. Like that was literally it. And like when we do these things, this is why we do it, to kind of show you guys how to listen to what's being said without being said. Like almost like the lines in between the lines. Even though he's being straightforward, he's giving more than what he's actually giving. And you kind of have to pay attention to that. And the same thing with the gun videos that we watch. Like, they're giving more than just the surface area of what they're saying. Like, exactly what everything that you broke down is literally it. Like, they want not just Mahershala, but the character himself of Blade to be here because he is indeed pivotal. We've talked about it, how much Blade means to the supernatural side, the horror side of Marvel. Like, he is that guy. He is the one who puts the Midnight Suns team together. They're not going to not have a Blade in this MCU. There's no way that's not happening. Okay. The only reason it hasn't happened, like he said now, and then again, he was really open about it. Like, anytime they make a change or they admit that they haven't figured it out, it's literally that. They haven't figured it out. Why? Because they literally called another audible when they brought in Robert Downey Jr. So they had to change everything that was on the slate leading up to and then directly after RDJ announcement. That's why they haven't said much about Spider-Man.
To be completely honest, it was like, all right, bro, we gotta really lock in on this multiverse shit because people ain't understanding what we trying to do here. So let's make 7 movies about multiverse stuff. Let's bring in the first family. They're gonna be from the multiverse, like you know what I mean? Yeah.
They literally switched the entire game plan up, and Blade, for all intents and purposes, just doesn't fit what they're doing with the saga right now. You can't just throw that in there, right? You can't just do that yet. They gave us They gave us Agatha because Agatha was related to WandaVision, which was related to Doctor Strange, which and there's still a sort of an occult side to it, a multiversal side to it.
You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a multiverse. There's a multiversal side to it all. So this is kind of related. Not as much as everything else, but it's still related by proxy. So that's why, if people would try to throw that in there argument wise, but that's why Agatha was given to us in the way that it was given to us, because it's still related, but it also gives us the other side that we're going to get that Blade will be a huge part of. So that's why Blade's not here yet, and why they're still working tirelessly to try to get it right, because they want it. It has to be right because Blade is going to be a pillar going forward.
Man, and he should be. And he
Absolutely.
should be. He's only ever going to be one Blade.
I want to talk also about the MCU strategy when it comes to streaming. You've been committed to the limited series format so far, more or less. But is that still a firm strategy, or are we getting more renewals in the future?
We are going to get more renewals. The first one is going to be Daredevil. We're very excited about Daredevil coming out in 2025, right around the corner.
Confirmation.
And right around the time that show is on Disney Plus, we will be filming season 2. So we really do like the idea of getting into multiple seasons as opposed to limited series, because that's what television's about.
Well, okay, now I want to do a lightning.
Yo, So
Mm-hmm.
it's official.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys don't know as well, initially, now we're gonna have to really break this portion down because I know that Twitter was kind of in an uproar when Feige said this. They were like, "Why the heck are they recording a season 2 when they don't even know what season 1 is?" You know what I mean? You know how Twitter breaks their minds. Initially, Daredevil Born Again was going to be 18 episodes. They then
Mm-hmm.
lowered that number to 9. So there's going to be 2 seasons because there were always going to be 18 episodes. It's not, you know what I mean?
Yes.
It's not a lot of rocket science there. They're really
It's not.
telling the
They had
same.
planned for this from the get go. They planned an entire season, wise, like a whole television season run.
Mm-hmm.
You know, y'all watch these shows, man. Those things go like 18, 24 episodes, right?
Yep.
That's what they were going to do originally. Then they stopped, rewrote things
I don't think
to
you're
make a
able
little
to
bit more
make
streamlined.
18 episodes of a Marvel show the way that Marvel does stuff. That shit would probably be
Exactly.
$500 million, like a $500
Yeah.
million
Yeah. Like
budget, like
you
no
you
lie
can't do
for
it
a
like that.
show.
Not at
Like
once,
I
bro.
don't
Like
think
you
that's
gotta break
gonna
that shit up.
18 episodes of that. I don't think so, bro. And he's gonna be
Yeah.
swinging off of buildings like he's Spider-Man and shit. Like, nah, bro.
Yeah.
They can't do 18 episodes of that right off the back, bro. They can't.
But that was always the plan. So the season 2 is not like an anomaly or anything. It's not like, oh my god, I can't believe. Like, no. They were going to run us 18 episodes, and they were even going to break that up. So, you know, it's going to be like 6, 6, and 6. So come on, guys. Like, let's be smart here. Let's use our heads a little bit. Let's just use a little common sense
Don't
and some
let the
simple math.
Twitter don't let the Twitter anger, the Twitter mob, get you lost in the sauce with it. There were always going to be 18 episodes. So now that one season has went to 2 seasons. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah, like
the first
come
season
on,
split into
9
2
plus 9.
because it's 18
Simple
all
math
day,
here,
baby.
people.
You know what I mean? It's 18 all
We just
day,
told y'all.
baby. So
We've been telling y'all for a year and a half it was going to be 18, and they said, "Well, we're going to change it to 9." All right. Then they said it's going to be a second season. Okay, 9 and 9. That's pretty freaking simple, guys. Let's just keep.
Bro, I was just looking at everybody on Twitter losing their minds, and I was like, "Oh man, here we go." Everybody forgot what we knew last year. You know what I mean? Before they were like, "Oh," when it was like, "Oh, it's now 9 episodes." You know what I mean? Like it wasn't
Right.
They weren't saying, "Oh, it's night." It's no. It's now. So yeah, man.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it. It's gonna be crazy.
Series, because that's what television's about. Into multiple seasons as opposed to limited series, because that's what television's about.
Well, okay, now I want to do a lightning round. Okay, I say a character or a team, and you try to sum up in a few words their future in the MCU.
Okay.
All right. So let's start with the one everyone's talking about, the X-Men.
Yes. X-Men are coming.
The X-Men are coming. Okay, what about Miles?
Miles is coming to the Spider-Verse, third Spider-Verse movie that Sony's working on, and I hope soon after that he could enter live action.
Did he
More
just say that
confirmation.
out loud? Did he just say
More
that out
confirmation.
loud? Did he just say? Did he just say after the third Into the Spider-Verse movie that Miles Morales is going to be
I need to break
entering
down
the
with that.
MCU? What the? Excuse me.
So check this out. We're gonna connect the dots. All right. So the
What?
timing of this interview. All right.
Okay.
Think about when this interview dropped a couple weeks ago. Okay. So why does he say that now? So we got that tease earlier in the week last week of them putting up the Beyond the Spider-Verse logo.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. So we talked about CCXP happening next month, right?
Oh.
If y'all think back, the first 2 of those films were revealed at CCXP.
What? Oh,
So why
it's about to go
would they be
down.
setting up logos in New York now? Because in about a week's time, CCXP hits, and they're going to give us the 3rd installment of Spider-Verse, and they're going to give us a release date. Probably going to be a 2026 date, maybe. So let's think about this. 2026. That's also when the Spider-Man movie is supposed to drop.
Bruh. If
So,
so are you saying that we're gonna get like we could possibly get Beyond the Spider-Verse and Spider-Man 4 in the same
and
year, bruh?
Spider-Man 4 the same year, and
Yo,
maybe even Miles in that 4.
yo, hey,
This is what we mean when we say you got to
that
listen
would
to
be
what's
insane.
being said without being said. The lines are between the lines.
Yeah, that would be insane because he
This
definitely
is
just
that.
said he definitely
He
full blown just said after Spider-Man after the third Sony Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse movie, Miles will be will be coming into the MCU, bro. Like that's
Yeah.
surely what he said.
So let's pay attention next week. Let's pay attention to that release date because I think they're going to be dropping Spider-Man 4 around Christmas. So you can pretty much guarantee that Beyond the Spider-Verse is going to happen before Christmas 2026.
Damn.
So if he's coming after that, there's a really good chance that Christmas of 2026 we got Miles Morales popping up in the MCU.
That's absolutely sinister, bro. Like that is absolutely sinister. Yo.
What about the Scarlet
crazy?
Wanda, you know, we had a show on Disney Plus called Agatha All Along that just did extremely well for us and made us very proud. And there have been a lot of questions about the Scarlet Witch after that show. So I will just say that that we're excited about seeing when and how the Scarlet Witch can return.
All right. What about
when and how the Scarlet Witch can?
So remember
baby.
Remember when we said the words that were being used at the time by the showrunner was gone and not dead.
Yeah, Marvel specifically told
Jack Schaefer.
Jack Schaefer told Jack Schaefer that she could not say that Wanda was dead. She had to say that she was gone. She had to say that she was gone specifically. So, they are definitely digging into that bag and letting us know that she can return somehow, some way. But how that way is, I think they haven't explicitly said that. But I think him even speaking of Agatha all along and then going into it in that same way can kind of connect those dots for you a little bit, especially because Agatha, well, is currently dead technically, but maybe she's not dead. Maybe she's just gone. I mean, I think the theory that I came up with when we were doing our Agatha All Along watch party was that if death is not able to actually reap you, then you are not technically dead. You know what I mean? So
there you go. Yeah.
So Agatha is dead, but she ain't dead because she's still there, and if she can find a way back, then she's just gone. She's just gone from her body. Really, she's not dead because she can go back to her body. A dead person
she's just
cannot
basically
return to
like
their body.
another realm of existence. Basically, she's able to peer into this one.
Yeah, exactly. So Agatha Ghost, Wanda Limbo. You know what I mean? But they're both in the same. They're both in the same area. It's just that one is on this side of the spectrum and the other one is on this side. So it's very heads and tails with it.
Peter Parker, you just said that
how the Scarlet Witch can return.
All right. What about Peter Parker? You just said that he has a new movie coming on.
Yes.
But when will he be in the Avengers?
The focus right now is on his movie. Right. But again, what's fun about the Avengers movies is you never know who's going to pop up.
What about the Marvels, Carol and Kamala? What are their futures in the MCU?
Same thing. Anybody could pop up in Avengers. We have, what's fun this time as we're gearing up. When we were gearing up for Avengers Endgame, it really was a finale, and then we sort of started the whole machine back up again as we figured out what the grand storyline would be. Now we know very much what the grand storyline is leading up to Secret Wars, but also beyond. And you already mentioned one of them, which is
huge. That's huge.
So a lot of those characters you'll see either in the culmination of Secret Wars or where we start to gear up in the future post-Secret Wars.
And
that's probably the biggest thing he could say.
That's a huge
Because think about
drop.
That's a huge deal. That's a huge deal because and it's exactly what he said. Because when Endgame happened, they were literally just ending things.
Yeah.
They didn't have a plan.
it was like a
afterwards.
series finale, not even a season finale. They were like, hey,
Exactly.
this is it, baby.
And you can kind of tell that they were trying to find their way post Endgame. And it was apparent and that's why people kind of fell off the Marvel wagon as they did, because they were literally trying to find their way. Chapek had taken over. Iger was gone. And Chapek was like, we just want to give you as much content as possible, damned quality. And, you know, it was just kind of, in a sense, it wasn't up to par with the first run that we had. Feige's admitting to that. Hey, we weren't ready. So now they learn from their mistakes. And now they know, like, we got a plan for after the finale.
Yeah.
We're not going to be floundering our way through that next phase because we already got that phase set up and planned out.
Crazy.
That's
and
huge.
He said it very, again, it was a very clear-cut way in which he said it, to where, you know, he asks about the Marvels. He says the Marvels are going to be showing up again in any of the Avengers movies, because anybody can show up in those movies. And then he makes a note to say that, you know, the thing about is they didn't know what they were doing afterwards, like BZ was just saying, but then he puts that in there with that because Kamala is a mutant. You know what I mean? Like, so since she is a mutant, that is going to be in direct correlation with what happens next after that, involving the Marvels, my guy, because it's very possible that we see more than just Kamala being a mutant. I mean, I would not be surprised if they want to make Carol Danvers a mutant. I know people would probably be furious with stuff like that, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna make Photon a mutant. Like 100%, I'm pretty sure she's a mutant. I'm pretty sure like that's what was going on within WandaVision when they were like, "Yo, your biological scan is different, right?" It's basically the same exact thing that Kamala's boy told her. You feel me? The same. It was like the same thing. Like they said the same thing.
Yeah.
And it was all about your DNA was already something, and it seemed like this just did something else to it. So anybody that's
like
been
amplify it.
activated instead of, you know, anyone who's been amplified and or activated may just be a mutant. I think it's a very easy way for them to kind of just do that. You know, outside of like Peter Parker, but I mean like if you look at Kamala, if you look at Photon, if you look at Carol Danvers, if you look at or I guess her name is Monica Rambeau, but if you look at any three of them, they all were activated by some cosmic source that also is connected to the Kree in some way. And the Kree are very heavy when it comes to, you know, all the stuff that goes on with mutants and Inhumans, right? So it's like they got all of the things there to make it happen.
Literally, they got it all. They got the mutants. You just said Inhumans. We just talked about what Muse is. So the mutant versus Inhumans thing, that's on the other side of this as well. Avengers versus X-Men, that's on the other side of this as well. All of that is
Avengers
happening.
versus Inhumans versus X-Men. Wasn't that a thing?
Yeah, AVI, yep.
AVIX or something, right? Yeah.
Yep. That's all coming. That's all. And they've set these seeds and put these plans in motion. Just in the smallest things, like you just mentioned with Kamala and Photon. And I mean, pretty much anything they want to do at this point going forward. They don't even have to address it right now, but those seeds are there that they can come back and pull from as we get to the other side. Not even the other side of Secret Wars, as we get to Secret Wars, because at that point you can bring these characters in. You can bring Deadpool, you can bring Wolverine, who we know are mutants and things like that. Well, Deadpool not technically, but still.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, we know all of that. We know where they come from. Yeah, he just hangs out with them. He just puts himself in his place. But like that's where we are, and that's how you can make this all work. And that's the beauty behind the multiverse saga. When we're talking different Earths and variants and things of that nature, we can get all these things and not have to spend so much time explaining how. Just, hey, look, multiverse. There you go.
Yeah, bro, I'm down for that. Give it to me now.
The culmination of Secret Wars, or where we start to gear up in the future.
And they definitely hinted at it when we had, you know, my guy Hugh Jackman Wolverine
Mm,
and Deadpool and Wolverine straight up
mm.
just diss the Avengers 100%. Like no
Oh,
doubt about it. And oh shit, not only that, but also in X-Men 97 when Rogue pulls up the
mm-hmm.
Captain America straight set tripping. They're
Yeah, yeah.
teasing
Ran up
Avengers
on him.
versus X-Men for sure, for sure. They've been teasing it in a
Ran up on him.
multiversal,
Wet
man.
to him too.
They've teased that it's already happened in other multiverses.
Exactly.
So now
So again, this is them
you
planting the
know,
seeds.
it's just our multiverse that needs to have it happen. Cooking.
Yep.
Cooking.
Post-Secret Wars.
And that includes Wolverine too, because we've seen in the end of Deadpool and Wolverine there was a promise that they would return. Is that on your plans too?
The plans for Wolverine and Deadpool will always be where can we get them and how quickly and how much. Yeah.
Damn straight it is. Disney brought him back. They're gonna make him do this till he's 90.
All right. Thank you so much, Kevin.
Thank you.
That's awesome. That was a W interview. 2 W interviews right there, man. Very, very
Straight up.
informative. Holy shit. I didn't expect to get so much information out of that, but we did.
I mean, when it's coming from the big boss, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They can say they can give it how they want it.
I think it's safe to say that James Gunn definitely has taken some notes from that guy, Kevin
Oh,
Feige, brother.
1000%.
Like, it's kind of
1000%.
insane from just watching, this is what I'll say. We just watched James Gunn do like a 15-minute interview last week where he was dropping crazy information and breadcrumbs. And in this 5-minute interview that Kevin Feige has done, he's probably
5
dropped
minutes, bro.
just as much information as James Gunn did in that 15-minute one. So I mean, there's definitely a finesse to this shit, which is crazy.
Yeah. Gunn was obviously taking notes. He knew one day I'm gonna run my own company, and I'm gonna do exactly like this.
And
Here we
I'm
are.
gonna do, brother, exactly. Yeah. You know when you hear about a motivational speaker, like, and the motivational speaker, they'll be like, you know what? I just called him one day, and I was like, can I just go to you? Can I just work with you for a day? I don't even need to do anything. I'll just watch you work and just ride with you on, to work and be there with you. And then he said, yeah. And it was the most cherished moment that I have in my life. You know what I mean? Like, that's how James Gunn is. Like he's that type of person to be like, Brett, well, when I worked with Marvel, I watched Feige all the time. Like, bro, you know what I mean? Like, holy
That's
shit.
true. That's true. It's kind of that, and you see the similarities now when Gunn's doing his interviews, and clearly with what we just watched here. So you see the similarities. You see how they're leading us with the information, and those with the heightened sense and abilities that we have, we're able to parse those words and break down and kind of see the invisible information.
Facts. Once those
We might just
nerd
be mutants
senses start
ourselves.
tingling, yo, it's over. Yo, the nerdy senses is crazy. You don't even understand. Like, you gotta let your nerdy senses tingle. If
Man, I'm
the
telling
nerdy
you.
senses ain't
telling you,
tingling,
man.
and that's when that you might be a normie. No disrespect.
Yeah,
It's okay.
might
But
be a
here we
normie.
gonna take you from normie to nerdy. You know what I mean? That's our main goal. It's taking you from normie to nerdy. You know what I'm saying?
Put that on the shirt, man. Put that on the shirt.
From normie to nerdy, baby.
From
You know
normie
what
to
I'm
nerdy.
saying? That's the vibes right there, bro. That's what we doing, yo. We want you to
Oh, that's
understand.
crazy.
Because, bro,
That's
trust,
crazy.
once shit start happening, you're gonna feel blindsided. If not, that's why Marvel
That's why
really,
we're here.
like, Marvel really wants channels like this and other channels to break shit down, because they know it's hard to understand some of the shit that's going on, man.
That's why we're here, man. That's why this channel exists. That's why we give this to y'all straight
Facts.
up every single week, and we try to break it down as much as we possibly can, and let y'all know. Look, man, this is how you need to watch these things. Okay, don't just watch it. Don't just watch it. Like no. Watch it and pour over these words.
Lock
Rewind, go
in.
back. Lock all the way in.
Bro, what? You
And
won't
really,
believe how
really,
many
really,
times I'll be we know the stuff because we be rewatching stuff and you
man.
know what I'm saying?
Because
You
it
gotta.
all the information that all coincide with each other if you know where to look.
Hmm.
And we're breaking it all down. We're connecting the dots from stuff that we've been talking about months ago. Months
Months,
ago.
literally months. It's
You know
been
what I
months.
mean? We're
You can
connecting those
actually look
dots
back
now.
on this channel for a lot of the stuff that we talk about now. It's been talked about. Like
Yes.
we've been talking about it. Like even before
We've been
Beezy was
talking
here
it
on
was
the,
hush hush
even
back then.
before
It
Beezy
was
was
hush hush.
talking on the channel, he was in the chat and he
Yeah,
was
I was just in the
dropping news.
chat.
Like I mean, come on, man. Like it's going back like full flats on a Cadillac right now. Like y'all gotta trust and believe, man. But I'm hyped, yo. I kind of wish bro would have asked something about the Fantastic Four. But that interviewer was a
Right.
W. He asked some really good questions. We got some really good answers as well. So I'm hoping that we do get some Fantastic Four stuff soon somehow, some way.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we're due for it. All the trailers they showed this year that we have not seen is actually abysmal. Like they should be ashamed of
Isn't that
themselves.
crazy?
Like
How
it's
much footage they're sitting on?
yes, bro.
Like
Like
think
they're
about
sitting
that.
on so much, but like literally everything that's coming out next year already has a trailer. We just haven't seen
Yeah.
them all.
We
Like
just
they
haven't
already
seen it.
dropped the trailer for Captain America. They just dropped the trailer for Thunderbolts. Finally, you know what I mean. So they're just
Mm-hmm.
waiting for next year so they can be like, oh, here's the Fantastic Four trailer. Here's the
Right.
first
And that
teaser
Thunderbolts
trailer.
trailer,
Wait for the
we
first
were waiting on the
official
Thunderbolts
trailer
trailer
during
for
the Super
the
Bowl.
summer.
You said what?
I said that Thunderbolts trailer they finally dropped on us. We've been waiting since the summer for that.
Bruh, exactly. That's what it's crazy.
Hey,
I can't
dog,
believe it.
what y'all doing? Yeah,
Bro, they
August and
keeping it.
September trailers that we still haven't seen, man. Come on, dude. It's about to be next year.
And then they randomly gonna drop half a Wonder Man trailer on us. Like, what?
Literally out of nowhere.
What is
Literally out
this?
of nowhere. Like
Marvel's
what?
on
Like,
demon time right now,
yeah, they
yo.
tripping, man. They doing whatever, however, whenever.
Bro, they're on demon time for sure. But yo, I'm hyped. I'm hyped. I can't wait for all the stuff that he was talking about, man. And I mean, one thing that I think the biggest thing to highlight out of this, like we were talking about earlier, is basically that we're gonna have Avengers Doomsday going into Spider-Man 4, and then Spider-Man 4 going into Secret Wars, and then after Secret Wars, we are going to be in the Mutant Saga. Like, what?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
freaking crazy. You know what I mean? Like post Secret Wars, post the multiverse saga, they are actively building out that side too. So I think it's safe to say that a lot of the things that have just kind of got quote unquote canceled and or put on the back burner, i.e., Armor
Hmm.
Wars, Blade, what there's another one other than is it Nova? Was Nova one of the
Yeah,
ones that was
Nova's
kind
another
of
one. Nova's another one.
Nova? You know what I
Yep,
mean? A lot of
yep.
those types of projects are like BZ said earlier when it comes to Blade, it just does not fit within the multiverse saga right now. The story doesn't,
Mhm.
not necessarily that the characters don't, but the story that they want to tell with those stories isn't going to fit right now. I mean, there's not
Exactly.
too many supernatural characters in the Secret Wars stuff that you know what I mean? In that way, where it's like Secret
Yeah.
Wars isn't a supernatural event. It's a cosmic event, it's a multiversal event, but it's not really a supernatural event in the same way.
Mhm.
So it's like there is other things that they can save that supernatural stuff for, especially since they want to go for this the mutant saga next. And they can really go in on that with like, oh, are they mutants? Oh no, it's a freaking vampire. That's not a mutant. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, oh my god. Like, and then all these things can just start happening to where like the society just doesn't know what to do anymore. It's like after everything we've been through, now we don't know who is a vampire, who's a mutant, who's a, you know what I mean? They can do a lot of stuff narratively with that, and I think that they will.
Yeah, they've set themselves up very, very well going forward. There's like you just said, there's so many directions they can go. And even just with the mutant saga alone, there's so many directions they can go before they even start touching on other things. Just within the mutants alone, there's so many stories you can explore. There's so many characters you can just have their own thing, like a Storm series, a Gambit series. Just think about that real quick. You know what I mean? Like
Facts. Oh, I
let's
didn't even think
we get
about
something
that. The
down the
X-Men
line, kind of
series are gonna
introducing
be
these characters
even
a little
better.
bit more. See? Think about that. Like, really think about that. Where we find, because we're not going to be doing origin stories. We're not doing that anymore. We're past the origin story point. But these series could explore those parts of the story that we're not going to get on screen, so to speak, right? Because the X-Men are going to already be in motion when we get to them. They're already going to be a team and all of that good stuff, right? We're not going to be like, oh, let's go find Scott. Oh, let's find Hank. Let's find Jean. Let's find Aurora. They're not going to do all of that. They're going to already be in motion, right? So, but with a series, you can actually have moments where you can flash back to a young Storm on the streets of Cairo. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Learning how to
That's
survive and all that.
actually
But,
that's a really
like,
good
there's
point.
things that they
I
can
think
do.
that's one thing that Marvel has slept on themselves with the most is not doing more
Mm-hmm.
time period pieces. Right? Like
Mm-hmm.
Captain America is amazing. I know people don't really like Captain Marvel too much, but I thought it was amazing. You know what I mean? I thought
I
it was
liked
pretty
it.
amazing
I
for it. I
liked
was like,
it.
yeah, this is awesome. I was like, oh
I
shit.
liked it.
I was like, hey, yo, look, we got scrolls in this bitch, and they've been here chilling, and they're good
They've been
guys.
here.
Like what?
They've
Like
been here. That's a
what?
huge revelation. That was a huge
Yes.
revelation to find out
Yo.
that even way back in the '90s, bro, the scrolls had been here.
And
Here
it
we
was
are,
just
present
crazy
day, and we like, dang, these niggas been here.
it was crazy for us as fans to be like, yo, we know that Nick Fury has to have been up to something up until this point, right? Especially people that actually watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., who know that there are life model decoys and things like that were going on. Like, we're
Mm,
like, bro, there has to be
mm,
something going on in the MCU bigger that, he's on top of. Because, you know what I mean? Like, all of that shit was crazy in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. that we found
mm.
out Nick Fury was up to. Like, we
That's
really
another
were
side.
eaten in there. Like,
Oh,
we need that to some. I know it can't be canon in the right way because that show went above and beyond where it should have. Like, let's just
oh
be
yeah, yeah.
honest
They
with
they
that,
definitely overreached in a good way. They overreached in a good
in a
way.
good way, yeah, yeah. But they overreached so much that they released themselves from canon. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They became a
yeah.
branched
They took
timeline.
themselves out the picture
That's
real
basically
quick.
what happened. It became a branch timeline. I think that's the best way to look at Agents of Shield.
Yeah, that's
Like
kind
it's
of how they
like
explained it.
it,
Yeah,
it
it became
was
a branch
canon, and
timeline.
then it just bloop. Oh, whoop. All right. Well, all those events. I think they even still talk about Thanos and all that stuff still goes
Yep.
down.
Snap.
But
Yep.
it's just different. The snap and all of that. Yeah. So, I want to see. I want to see the way that they can bring in those time period pieces into Disney Plus series. I think that would be fire, bro. Like that would have been something that could have been a really cool idea, even for Moon Knight to even maybe dabble with a little bit.
Mm,
That would have been pretty solid if it was like, oh
mm.
shit, this is like a, you know what I mean? Like oh my god,
Yeah.
like if we get something like that for and mind you, they can do it for any supernatural characters. I think that's what they
I
could
was
have
just
did
thinking
with
now, like they can literally do it for like anybody on the Midnight Suns team.
Werewolf by Night was all it's like
Anybody.
Werewolf by Night dabbled with it. You know what I mean? They were dabbling
They
with
were
being
they
in
were
the
right there.
past,
They were
but
in the
not
pocket.
in the
They were in the
past.
pocket.
You know what I mean? Like they were just talking heavily about the past, and they were like, they in their own pocket. You know what I mean? Just because of
Yep.
how they work, they don't really care about like the modern day shit anyway. And it worked. All of that worked really well, man. It works really well. So hopefully Disney Plus can really capitalize on that and letting us know more. Like, imagine being able to make an Ant-Man show about Hank Pym, but it'd be back in the day, Like, it'd be fire, bro. With a young Hank Pym and actually watching those scenes that were in the first Ant-Man movie, but him actually doing the mission. Come on, son. Like,
Mhm.
these type of
Mhm.
things actually really write themselves. You know what I mean? Like, because you already got
It
it
it's
right
it
there.
really is that simple. It really is that simple. So there is like a corner that they could capitalize on that they're not using as of yet. And I don't know if it's just because
Mm,
they haven't gotten to that, but it's because where they are, this seems like a little bit smaller in scale compared to what we're doing right now. And I mean, who knows? On the other side of things, we might do that. We might get there, especially with these the Disney Plus format that they're utilizing now.
truth.
I mean, anything's possible. Anything is
Truth.
possible, especially if he's trying to do, 2, 3 shows a year. I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot of content, honestly. If you really
and
if you
the
really think
animated
about it,
shows
that's a
being
lot.
canon as well. And he's like not even paying
Right.
attention. He's like, oh yeah, we got that stuff too, but don't worry about it. It's like, what?
What's this?
Don't worry
Oh yeah,
about
also the animated things that we're doing, and just kind of left that where it was.
like,
Like,
excuse
oh,
me,
okay.
wait. Okay, so you guys don't even think about those shows like that when you're making a saga in that way, right? That's how it seems. It's
Right.
like, oh, like, oh yeah, okay. So right now it matters because it's multiverse saga, but after this, we'll just be able to do whatever we want. Like, bro, it's just crazy. The way that they're going for it. I'm ready for it, man. Let's
Yeah,
jump into chat a little bit and then we can move on to our final thing
let's
tonight.
do it.
Don't hate on I Am Groot. That was so much fun, bro. We loved I Am Groot, bro. No hate to I Am
I think it was
Groot at
funny,
all.
man. It was funny. I was like, I don't know why we're doing it, but hey, whatever.
Whatever, man. I'll take these like 7-minute episodes. You know what I mean?
Talk about
uh,
short, super short.
that was super short. Nightmare is
Jeez.
coming to the MCU and nobody's reported on it, but I've seen it. Bro said, I've seen it.
I was there.
He was supposed to be before.
Yeah.
Oh, I
He was
think you
supposed to
said
be
it. Yeah,
here
you
a
said it
couple
right
movies
here.
back,
Yeah, yeah,
actually.
yeah. He was
He was supposed to be in
before
Multiverse of
Multiverse of
Madness, and then
Madness was Multiverse of Madness. It was something completely different, right? Like it
eh,
was.
yeah, it was going to be something
Yeah,
different. And then they brought in Raimi, because Derrickson left the
Raimi.
project. Scott Derrickson left the project,
Yeah,
and it was supposed to be something completely different. And then
and they were
he
gonna
left, and
capitalize on Mordo. That shit was gonna be
yep,
crazy.
yeah,
All
it
of
was
that
going to
was
be
gonna be
nuts.
wild.
It was going to be
Yeah,
nuts, man. So they kind of they had to make it PG-13. They couldn't do the R-rated thing that they wanted to do. They should have, but
yeah,
I mean, they pushed the boundaries a little bit.
yeah. I
But
mean,
yeah, Nightmare
yeah.
was supposed to be in there for. He's supposed to be a part of that.
I'm ready for it.
And I mean, that's
Recast
not to say they won't
Hellcat.
bring him back. He'll probably show up because I mean, we still have this
Yeah,
side of Marvel. He's still there. There's still a lot of open area for Nightmare to show up with
for real.
the supernatural side, with Strange Academy on the way. Like we're not done with Strange and the magics and all of that thing. So no, there's still chance for Nightmare to show up.
Mm. Yeah. I don't. Who was Hellcat before for Hellcat to get recast? I don't know.
I can't remember her name, but she was Jessica Jones' best friend. I can't remember her name. I gotta look it up.
Oh, oh,
Yeah, that
oh, oh,
actor. That
oh,
actor.
oh. Okay, okay.
Yeah, she'll most likely be returning as well. I don't think
He
even
started
Finn
set tripping
Jones.
in
There's
that
a
show.
chance. Yeah, yeah. There's a chance for Finn Jones to even return as Iron Fist. So, I don't think he won't be the Iron Fist like Danny Rand will
Trish,
be in the MCU.
Trish Walker.
But
That's her name.
Trish, yeah,
Hmm.
Patch Klein, all that. But yeah, so like there's a chance for uh all of the Netflix actors to return because I think we just talked about how canon everything is. So
Hmm.
there's a more chance than not that you're going to see all of the Netflix cast pop up.
In one way or
So,
another.
I mean, sorry to burst your bubble. Sorry, my bad.
um. Uh. Brad said, "I know they tried to say, but Brad said, my bad." um. Brad said, "I know they tried to say the other Doctor Strange was Nightmare. Let Disney cook. Marvel Studios sucks. What? Nah, that wasn't. What? There you go. Yeah, he's Sinister Strange. Okay, you already answered that. I was gonna say what?
Yeah,
Hold
yeah, yeah,
on.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he was Sinister Strange. That's a
Yeah,
completely
he was
different
Sinister
thing from
Strange. He wasn't
Nightmare.
Nightmare.
Although it does
That's what
give
people
you
were trying to
some
say. That's what people were trying
ideas.
to say. It's like, no, 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 no.
Yeah.
It was very clear who he was. He made it clear who he
Hmm.
was, and he was from the What If series. The What If
Yeah.
characters will cross over. We'll see some more of them coming soon into the live action. So, yeah, that's what that was.
Yeah. Don't worry about that one. Nah. Don't worry about that one. Nah. Who's
We
your
we good. We
casting
good.
pick for Miles? Ooh, that's a good question. I
Mm,
have no idea.
mm. So for
Um.
Miles, as in Miles Morales, right?
Uh-huh.
Um, I tell you who Marvel was, who they had on their list. Uh, Miles Brown from Blackish.
Ooh.
Yeah, the kid from
Really?
Blackish. The
Yeah,
part
yeah,
is
yeah.
he's actually been hanging out with them at some of these Spider-Man events. His name is actually Miles. He's actually half black and Puerto Rican as well. So like he checks the
Okay.
boxes as
Yeah,
far as like
yeah,
the character
yeah.
of Miles Morales.
Miles.
And his name is Miles, and he's kind of in the right age range. Um,
Okay.
at least right now, if they do it here in the next couple of years, he'll be like right in the correct age range, so it'll work out. I know a lot of people at one point was like wanting Jaden Smith for some reason. It was like, well, he's kind of way too old to be a Miles Morales. But yeah, um, but that's where we're at with
If I'm not
that. So if I
mistaken, I
had to
think
choose, I would go
uh
with Miles Brown. And we've seen kind of his ability acting
mhm.
wise, and he vibes with Marvel and Sony anyway. So
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, um there was another actor that just recently was kind of talking about wanting to do it, and it was Victor, my guy Victor from the Batman.
oh Victor,
Yeah,
oh
he was actually recently, and he, if you guys don't know, he's
oh
already also worked with Marvel on Marvel's
he
Runaways.
has
So,
he has
I
yeah
think he said specifically that when they came out with the movie, one of his boys called him and was like, "Bro, he low key looked like you," like, and he was like, "What? He does?" And he looked, he's like, "Oh, I guess I kind of do look like him." So he was like, "Bro, I would like to play that character." Like that's what he was saying. So that would be
that's not a
interesting.
bad choice.
I don't know what bro's name
Wow,
is.
it's like Rezzy, some shit like that.
Yeah, Renzi Feliz.
There it is,
There
Renzi.
we go. Boom.
It's a
So
weird
yeah,
name.
bro, it is a weird name. So he said something about wanting to do it as well. I think that's not a like you just said. I don't think that's a bad choice at all. We see that he
Renzi
definitely has been
Feliz.
able. He can do both roles very good. I think he can play like
Mm-hmm.
he can play a little bit of everything. So I would be excited to see him take a role on like that. But I also think that Miles Brown is a good role for it too. Not gonna lie. So
That's pretty cool. That's cool. I didn't know he was talking about it. That's dope. That's dope. And he does
yeah,
have the history with Marvel and Hulu and all of them. So yeah, it could work.
exactly, bruh. Exactly. He
It
already
can work.
got the history, bruh. Like he got the history. He knows somebody that knows somebody for sure. You know what I mean? Like you know what I'm saying though, bruh? You know what I'm saying though, bruh?
Yeah. I can
like
see that. I can see that. That's a good question. Good question. Who let's reverse that question to you though. Darrell.
uh
Who would y'all pick be?
for real. Exactly. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I found the video where he talks about it a little bit.
If a man wears this,
Let's
he's
go.
definitely
What?
getting
Okay.
lucky tonight.
Most jeans
That's
are either super baggy.
But this is where I want to go with this, because during that reaction, as I was watching that scene, I know you've worked with Marvel before. Dude, I said, this is the guy that should be playing Miles Morales.
Oof.
Right away. From when I saw that, I said, this is the guy, that dynamic. My question went that, though, is because the Runaways is part of the MCU. There are other people who've done it, multi-roles inside of it, the MCU and stuff too. Is that something that you would even be able to do with the contract that you have now? Because that movie is potentially 3-4. They said they were going to bring Miles Morales in live action.
Oh.
They said they were going to do that. How familiar with Miles Morales? Is that something you think that you would want to do? Have you heard that comparison after this episode 3?
I've heard the comparison ever since I saw the animation that they made. Ever since the movie came out. I remember watching it on the screen and going, "Holy shit, that!" And I looked over at my friend as I saw the first time we saw him on screen. The very first shot of Miles Morales in the animated movie. It's Into the Spider-Verse, the first one,
Yes.
right? Yeah. I look over at my friend, and he's already looking at me like, "Dude, what the like? It looks so much like you."
Yeah.
And so that was a really cool moment because that doesn't happen very often. But that was cool for me. And then, yeah, I think at that point I was like 19, 18 years old. And I was like, please, let's go make this movie.
Yeah.
That would be awesome. And now I'm getting older, and I'm like, I don't know if they're gonna want a 20-something-year-old playing Miles Morales. I know I play younger and I look younger. I'm play 17 on the show.
I was going to say,
But
bro,
then you think about
17
3
and
movies down the
bang.
line. Am I gonna look even older
Yeah.
4 years, 5 years from now? I think about those things because I would. So to answer the question, I would love to get to play something like that. I think it's an incredible character, and I've been such a massive fan of Spider-Man my entire since I saw the Tobey Maguire movie. So since I was a kid, you know. I had Spider-Man sheets and why do I want to say toy figures?
Yeah,
What are they called?
Action figures.
Action
Yeah,
figures.
yeah.
All my life growing up,
Yeah.
and so it would be an incredibly exciting thing to get to do. I don't know if they're by the time that they comes around and they finally do it, have I aged out of
But
it?
I think you said it though. I think that the good news for you is that you play younger.
Yeah.
I mean, you could still
That'll
make that
help.
work. Plus, that we don't know where they're gonna.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
don't know how
thing. Whatever
old
the
Brad
story
in
is,
real life.
if they
I ain't
want
gonna
him
Yeah,
to
I
be
was
some
about to say, they don't have to
15-year-old kid, it's gonna
necessarily
be
make
tough.
them
Yeah.
If they're
16,
cool with him being
17,
some
you know what I mean?
college-aged
Ooh,
kid,
that's true.
then that would be fantastic.
I think what the benefit that you have there is that because the Spider-Verse animation films are so popular, it's not like one of these things that sometimes there's animation films or things that they've done, and it's like, well, nobody really knows the origin story to this kid, so we probably have to do it in live action to the origin. Those are very popular movies that, in the same way, you don't have to do another Peter Parker origin story. You could do Miles Morales. He's in it, or it's like right as he's supposed to, or he makes an appearance, whether it's whatever it might be. But do you think that it would be a conflict because of the Runaways?
I don't think so.
No?
From what I've heard, and like, not that there's been conversations with people who are making the films, but there's been like, I know people higher up in the Marvel. Obviously, I worked in the Marvel show. I don't think there would be an issue with that.
Okay. And what about the?
No, that wouldn't be an issue at all.
You hear how he just dropped that
be the
gem at
least
the
of the
end?
issues.
Did you
Oh
hear
yeah,
how
he did.
just
He
said,
did pull rank. He pulled rank. He pulled
you
rank
see how
real
he
quick.
pulled rank? That was kind of crazy. I wasn't
pulled
ready
rank.
for that. I wasn't ready for him
He
to
pulled
pull
rank.
rank. I'm not gonna lie. That was
He
crazy.
definitely pulled rank.
So he knows
But he's
something.
right in that regard, though. He's right in that regard because I mean, hell, look at all the other actors that have been somewhere else, or
Yeah, that's
even
true.
the same, like Josh Brolin, prime
Yeah, that's
example.
true. Yeah.
You know what I mean? The man was Cable and Thanos. You know what I'm saying?
And
Like, that's not gonna,
damn near in
that's
the
not
same
gonna hurt
year, it
anything.
felt like, right?
Damn near the
Like,
same time. You know what I mean? Damn
yeah,
near
that
the
was
same
crazy.
time.
That was crazy.
So
That
I
was
don't think
crazy. And then we
I don't
also
think
had,
it'll affect
I think
anything.
one of the Kree from the Marvels ends up also being Shang-Chi's aunt in the movie or something. Like, you know what I mean?
Like,
'Cause
how many roles
they
has
reuse a lot of actors.
what's his name? Gmon? How many roles has that man played
Yeah, for real, that's true.
in
That's
both
very
Marvel
true.
and DC?
Yeah, yeah, man. it's
Bro was
possible.
the Wizard in Shazam, and he was in Aquaman, and
That's
he
true.
was in Guardians of the Galaxy, and he was in Captain Marvel. Like, he was everywhere.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that. That's wild.
So I mean, like, he wasn't the same character every time. So I don't think anyone, even the fans, and I don't think they care about that. They're able to kind of compartmentalize that. They don't care. They're like, hey, wasn't he from Runaways? Like, yeah, okay, cool. All right, cool to see him here.
Yeah, I feel that.
But I think it would be cool if they were to use him in that regard, and because of people would recognize him from Runaways. That was a W show too. I was really upset when they took that away, man. I was really upset. That
I've
was a
watched the
W
first 2
W
seasons,
show,
I
bro.
think, so far. Only of the Runaways. That shit was, that's just fantastic.
It was so good. That show was so fucking good, bro. And they had so many characters, so many of the Marvel characters, and they teased the power pack at the end. Oh, they had like an opening to freaking Ultron there and everything, bro. Oh man.
That's crazy.
Oh, that was such a great show. That was such a great show.
That's crazy.
I'm upset. I'm upset again. That was such a good show. They
Now I'm
did
upset
such a great
again. It's
job.
hilarious. Darrell said,
Bruh.
I like your picks. I'm still on Jaden, but he should probably be Afro-Latino. Jaden
Yeah,
is
I'd
not
agree.
a
I'd
good
agree with
enough
that at the very
actor,
least.
in my opinion, to do that.
Yeah. I
That's
feel that,
just
and
me.
I feel, but I agree with that last part of that statement, the Afro Latino. I think that's a big part
I
of the
agree with the
character to
Afro-Latino
have
thing
that
as
actor,
well.
have that back, or have
Yeah.
that background. You know what I mean? I think that's a huge part that they kind of have to get right.
Like, out of all the movies that Jaden has been in, I have not been a fan of a lot of them. I'm not gonna lie to you. Uh, I mean, the movies that I'm a fan of him in, he was a kid in those movies. The older he
He
got, I
said,
feel
"I
like
was
the
not a
less he could
fan."
act. You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? Like like Pursuit of Happiness, amazing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Even Karate Kid, solid, bro.
Karate
That
Kid,
was
yeah,
solid,
I
bro.
love the Karate
He was
Kid. That was a
solid
great
in
remake,
Karate Kid. But
and
the
I
movie
hate
with him
remakes.
and his
That was a
dad
wonderful
after
remake.
that, when they was in the space and shit, ass. That movie was terrible. That movie was terrible. That movie was so bad. That movie was so bad, I will never watch that movie again. You know what I mean? That
Oh
movie
my
wasn't
god,
even bad in a way to be like, oh, maybe I should watch it again to see if it's still as bad. Nah, bro, I'll never put that movie on
no,
again,
not
bro.
even when it comes on
Like,
TV.
nah,
Turn the
bro.
channel.
Like, no, bro,
It's not
Vengers
even a
will
TV
need to
movie.
want to do that as a watch party, and it's a Discord only. You feel me? Like, nah, man. You know, I'm not like that's crazy.
Ass
Like
was terrible.
that shit was terrible. That was a terrible movie. So,
Oh man,
you know,
I'm
but
crying right now.
but in that same vein, though, if he is a
Oh,
more of a Karate Kid type of character, I can see it. I guess you know what I mean. I don't know. I don't
yeah.
even, but I don't know, bro. I don't know. I think it's been a little bit too long for Jaden, bro. But,
Oh
and I
man,
don't
that
know
was
if he's
great.
been in anything else. I don't know if he's been in anything else, but I don't want him to be Miles. Not Miles, you know what I mean? Create a new character and let him be that.
Oh yeah, the original characters
Karate
that they
Kid
do,
enters the
I can
cinematic
work with that.
universe. Jaden Smith edition.
Jaden Smith edition. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Oh man. Hey, but you guys let us
Oh,
know
that
how
was a
you
good
guys
laugh.
feel
Holy
about
shit.
it in the comment section down below. Are you excited to see Miles Morales possibly show up in the MCU? And let us know what actor you could possibly see taking that role as well. And would you want him to be younger or would you want him to be older? That'll be our last question as we
That's
transition into our
a
final
really good point to be
yeah,
made there.
exactly. Into as before we transition into our final thing. What about you, bro? How do you feel? Would you want to see him be younger
Hmm.
or be older?
That's crazy. I see, and that's something. Wow. Mm.
I mean,
I
when you
think
think about it, right? They've already kind of took the opposite approach so far with like our MCU Spidey that we have now. We've got actually every era of him, to be honest, when you think
we
about
do.
it,
We do.
right? We have every era
And I
of a
started thinking about the
Spider-Man.
game.
So,
I started
you
thinking
know,
about the game a little bit. I was like,
oh, yeah, yeah,
well,
yeah. Yeah. Would you
well.
want to see that take? Would you want to see that's the traditional origin story, right? Like
Yeah,
the Spider-Man already existing pain, like him wanting to be more like that, and then like
yeah.
taken under the wing. Do you want to see that story?
So yeah, and I was like, honestly, because I mean, everybody kind of knows how it happens. You know, Peter dies,
Mm-hmm.
he watches Peter die, and you know
Mm-hmm.
that inspires him. But like, that doesn't necessarily have to happen, right? Like,
Right.
like we said, we could take the video game approach, and he can kind of just be there already,
Yeah.
and just kind of be taken under the wing, and like, let me show you the ropes, and then like eventually he goes out on his own, like when Spider-Man rides off into the sunset with his Mary Jane at his
Mm-hmm.
wedding, and he goes off and goes to live his life and retires as Spider-Man, which is supposed to happen by the sixth movie. Okay, Spider-Man 6, that's how it's supposed to go. You know,
Okay.
we got Miles. We still got our Spider-Man going forward. It's Miles Morales. He's the guy. He's gonna already be firmly in the MCU because we just heard it from the big boss man himself that once
Truth.
they're done with the Spider-Verse movies, he's coming to the MCU, which makes sense. Let Sony get their run in. Got it.
Mhm.
Cool. All right, now he's with us. Because, why not at that
Yeah.
point? And that's
I
what
think
they're
that's a
waiting
big
on.
reason why they even showed so much in that original well, not the original, but in the second Spider-Verse movie, right? In Spider-Verse 2,
Mm-hmm.
they go
Mm-hmm.
the distance. Like Spider-Verse 2,
Oh, yeah.
and for all intents and purposes, it's almost like a mini Secret Wars, baby. Like it really is. Like
Facts.
if you really look at
Facts.
what they're doing there, how they talk about the multiverse, what's going on with the multiverse, even Spot basically becomes God Emperor Spot. Like that's almost what happens. Like literally, it's a baby Secret Wars in a lot of ways. So
They literally
you
had
know,
Yggdrasil in there, bro.
Yes, bro. Like they showed everything. They showed everything. And he straight
I
up
mean,
said, "Don't get me started about what that kid and Doctor
yeah,
Strange did
Doctor Strange.
what is it? Don't they call it 1999999
Yeah,
instead of
199, which is
616?
what
Which
originally
is
what the MCU was
crazy. You know what
originally
I
called.
mean?
Yeah,
Like they're throwing in all of these multiversal concepts very purposefully, and they're even crossing the bridge between live action and animation. Because Spot
I mean, Donald Glover.
straight
Donald
up,
Glover was
yeah,
in the fucking film.
Donald
Prowler
Glover,
was there. You know what I'm
Prowler,
saying?
yeah,
He
Spot
was as the
is
Prowler. And I'm gonna tell
his
you,
name is
that
Spot,
wasn't
right?
a
The
one off.
villain, the
That
villain
wasn't a
dudes.
one off. Okay.
Oh, okay.
That wasn't a one off.
We
Seeing
about to
Donald
pop
Glover
up.
in the Prowler gear trapped, that's not a one off, guys. That's not a one
Ooh,
off, guys. So
it'll be
again,
crazy.
connecting dots.
Could you
Connecting dots.
imagine?
Miles is coming, y'all. Miles is coming, y'all.
Like, you know what that just made me think of? It made me think of when we first see that moment in Deadpool and Wolverine when Wolverine crawls for the first time, like in the
Ooh.
suit at the beginning when they start fighting, right? Imagine being
Yeah,
Donald Glover
yeah,
as Prowler and he's doing some crazy freaking parkour shit like that and
yeah.
just going off, bro. Like
Ooh,
that,
ooh, ooh, ooh.
that would be crazy, bro. Like
Sliding
that would
up
be
and
crazy.
jumping off of walls
Plot,
and shit.
bro.
Yeah, yeah,
Exactly, bro. Like,
yeah,
yes, bro. We're gonna be cooked.
yeah.
Like,
We need it.
like really, Secret Wars, Doomsday, Secret Wars, Battle World, all of that's gonna be crazy. And the fact that
Hmm.
Spider-Verse 3 is going to be taking place within that area of the multiverse saga, bruh, you just
Isn't that
know
crazy?
that the the climax of whatever happens in those movies, I don't think they're gonna touch it necessarily, but I do think that they will do a Deadpool and Wolverine type of thing with those,
Hmm.
like if it's not straight up the same Miles, right? It'll be we're gonna see possibly Nick Cage's version of Spider-Man that we know he's gonna get a show for, by the way, that everyone has already forgot about. It's coming. But like we're gonna see him live action. Like, bro, it's gonna be crazy. Like no one is ready for Spider-Verse. No one's ready for any of these multiverse movies that are about to come from Marvel because they're all gonna be connected
Facts.
because they've all been connecting to each other anyway. Like, and then and we
Yeah,
just didn't know what the
yeah.
hell was going on. We were like, "What is
They've just been so
happening, bro?"
subtle
Like,
about it. They haven't made a big deal about it,
why the
but
hell is
they have
Walter
already
here?
been connected. Yeah, that's basically it. That's basically it. And they haven't highlighted it really. It's there. It's
Mhm.
there. They haven't been hiding it. They just haven't been focusing on it either.
The bridges and the gaps between these things are just they're growing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
So we're gonna see all that pay off soon, man. It's gonna be one thing after another. Bam, bam, bam. Just all coming at us.
facts. And one of those things that I know everyone is most, curious about that is going to be happening next and what's going to be going on is regarding our guy Kang the Conqueror, especially
Woo.
with all the recent news that has just come out regarding Jonathan Majors and all of the things. So BZ, I know you got all of the things going on with this, bro. I know you got all of the scoop. So this is
Woo.
basically our scoop central portion today, chat. So let's get into it and let's talk about Kang the Conqueror.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Check me out, chat. Check me out, chat. So I know we've all seen the news about the civil case with Majors and his ex girlfriend, and dropping all of that. And people are wondering, what does this mean? What does this mean? What does this mean? I'm gonna tell you what it means. It means that case that was against him was dropped. Nothing more, nothing less. I know people want it to be a huge revelation. It's not, folks. Like, it doesn't change the verdict of the prior case where he was found guilty of the misdemeanor, reckless assault, and all of that stuff. He's still fired from Marvel. Like, he's still, not a Disney employee, and probably won't be ever again. All right. So sorry to burst bubbles. I know it's kind of good news on the front for him, but it doesn't mean anything in the grand scheme of things, because what they're going to do, like that. I mean, we're done with Majors, but not necessarily Kang per se. You'll probably get a Kang name drop here and there. And even post Secret Wars, there's no reason they couldn't return to Kang. Okay. But that's still not saying that Majors will be part of that picture, because what they'll do is recast Kang using, as Sensei teased at the top, a different way. And Marvel's kind of already, and ain't no kind of, Marvel has already given it to us. If you go back to Loki season 1, when we meet He Who Remains, and he tells us his origin as a scientist, looking for a way to deal with time. That, my friends, is Nathaniel Richards. All right. That Nathaniel Richards is lucky enough to see a version of himself become Kang the Conqueror. And he is horrified of that shit. So he goes about finding a way to prevent that from happening. And he travels through space and time and ends up in the 616, effectively known as our MCU. So what they'll do is they'll just take a Kang and recast him with a Kang. It just won't be Majors. It'll be Iron Lad, who is a young Avenger, which we know that team is on the way. And we can still play a little bit with the multiversal aspect if we want to. We probably won't do it as much on the other side of Secret Wars because, that was the whole point of Secret Wars. But there's an opening for it post Secret Wars for him to be a part of this MCU, and you still have your Kang connections. You still have the character of Kang looming, because Kang is not a one and done villain. Kang, outside of Ultron, is easily the biggest villain for the Avengers, and they always run into him at some point in time, because that is literally the idea of Kang. So at any point, you can always bring back a variant of Kang, and that is literally what Iron Lad is. So yes, Kang, but no Majors, unfortunately. It's a raw deal that he got. It is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is there. I would say just keep your hopes up of seeing Majors pop up in the DCU, because that is definitely likely.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely likely.
I
We
can
know,
definitely see that, bro.
I mean,
That would be
we see these actors,
crazy.
man. Think about it, you know what I'm saying? So now we can start speculating on like who he would be in the DCU and things of that nature. So like this is by no means the end of Majors. Majors already got some stuff popping for him anyway, right? He got stuff that Disney even let him have the film that they were working on him with outside of the Marvel stuff, so he could shop it around and for any potential bidders. So he already has projects that he's working on. He's working on some stuff right now. It's not the end for him. You're just not going to see him anytime soon with Disney. But you'll see Kang, you'll see Iron Lad. But we're not done with the character completely.
For all of that, man. Like I'm down to see Kang come back as Iron Lad. I think that would be the best way to do it. To be completely honest, actually, out of all the ways to recast him, is go the Black Panther way, baby. You know what I mean? Because that's basically, you know what I mean? Like, because we're of course gonna recast Black Panther, but he's gonna be a younger, probably a much younger version of Black Panther. That will probably throw people off a little bit at first. If you know what I mean? I don't think he's gonna be around the same age. I think they're probably gonna go a little younger, or they just go for the same exact thing. But I think they want to probably, leave a little bit of longevity in there because of all the craziness that's been going on around Black Panther as well. People can't even respect my guy Chadwick, and you know what I mean? They can't even respect what Marvel did for him. They mad at him, so. It's crazy. So it'll be crazy to see how the reception is to Kang the Conqueror being recast. I would love to see him being Iron Lad. I think that would be so. I think that would be so dope narratively what they could do with that, because the sheer terror that bro feels when he finds that out. You know what I mean?
Exactly, and that
cooks.
can be that version that he sees can be the Kang. You know what I mean? Like with the Kang we thought was Kang that got offed by a bunch of ants. we found out later wasn't. You know, he was just a variant. You know, I think someone in the chat said it as well. But
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So like there's a window in which they can kind of right the ship what they've done narratively to the character, because they've kind of put him off a little bit. You know, they try to up it a little bit with the council, but you know, we're going a different route now. So, but the window is there on the other side to really turn Kang into like that villain. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like that
exactly.
guy to fear, because they could really give us and show us through Nathaniel's fear and terror, like you said, of when he sees that character come into being, see himself become that version of Kang. You know, there's so many versions of Kang. There's a version where um Black Bolt's son becomes Kang. You know what I mean?
Oh
There's
yeah,
so
yeah.
many
There's so many
different
versions of
variants
Kang.
out there we can run with.
People don't
And
even
I mean,
understand
it's
how
literally
it
open.
works with that multiverse shit. It's insane. You know what I mean? You get I mean, there was aliens, there was, you know what I mean? Like we saw everything in
Yeah.
that one post credit scene, bro. So it was crazy. I would love to see that Citadel of Kangs get absolutely wrecked by Doom. I'm not gonna lie. Like I would
Oh, that
love
would be so good.
for
Good.
that to be how the movie starts. You know, like how Thanos pulled up on Thor at at the end of Ragnarok, beginning of Infinity War. I would love to see Doom do something like that. Like that's really what I'm
Ooh,
wanting from Doomsday is for it to be Infinity War, but this time from the point of view of the villain the entire time instead of the heroes. You know what I mean? That's
that
really
would
what
be
I would
dope.
like. Like I think because with all of the stuff that we've heard about Doomsday, how much time Robert Downey Jr. has been shooting for has to shoot for the movie, against everyone else that's going to be shooting for the movie. Like his everything else seems like he is going to be the main character of that movie now, right? And
Right.
I feel like that's
Right.
what Kang's Dynasty was also going to be. Was a movie that was going to heavily focus on Jonathan Majors as his Kang the Conqueror, the actual prime one. And that movie was
Yeah.
going to be all about him so we could really know what the hell is going on. But now it's going to be
Right.
Doom, and I feel like we are going to start the movie with him. I feel like everything is going to be about Doom, and the Avengers are going to be sprinkled in it, like a little like how Thanos was sprinkled in Infinity War. That's kind of my thoughts to it, for real.
Right. Right. And I think that's a fair assessment of how to go, because I mean, you named the movie Doomsday.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
There's no
Yeah.
way it's not going to be from that man's point of view, and we're going to be like looking at it as he sees it.
Like they gonna let us know that this is Doom. You know what I mean? Like we're
Right.
gonna see a little bit of not a huge backstory, but a little bit of something. Like a little bit of who he is, why he is that way, and it's gonna be crazy. Like this movie is gonna be insane,
Right.
and
Exactly.
I'm
So
ready.
I mean, honestly, man, there's so many ways they can take this. And I think people look at the word recast and kind of get a negative connotation to it.
Yeah.
And it's not even that. It's more so of like a reset of things. And that's really what Secret Wars is anyway. It's a reset. It's a new timeline. We're crossing over into something new.
Yep.
So,
Exactly.
you know,
Yeah. What's up with it, Matthew? I see you in the chat. My guy said, all they need to do is reboot the MCU after Secret Wars and just create another variation of Kang. And that's very heavily gonna be kind of what happens here. Probably with the majority of a lot of these characters. I don't think people want to,
yep.
be okay with that. But when once we get to Secret Wars and all of the stuff that's gonna be going on around there and the multiverse saga ends, a lot of these characters is not about to be going on, until the next thing.
Yeah. It's the
Uh.
end of a few characters.
Yeah, so it'll be really interesting to see how that works and what they do with that. Um,
Yeah.
like even with Fantastic Four, you know what I mean? Like so
Like,
far,
oh yeah. Oh
the
yeah.
Fantastic Four first steps could very well be the only movie that of that that saga of that trilogy. They're like not that. I don't think we get a Fantastic Four First Steps trilogy where it's like the Fantastic Four First Steps, Fantastic Four Second Steps, Fantastic Four Third
Right.
Steps. I don't think that's gonna be what's happening here. I think it's called the First Steps. So when they make another Fantastic Four movie later on, they can just call it the Fantastic Four. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's kind of what they did with Spider-Man, and now it's not called Spider-Man. It's called Spider-Man Homecoming. You know, like when these like when they actually get to name these things the things that they will like. You know what I mean? Like they do certain
Yep.
things to kind of let us know, hey, like watch what we're doing here. And the first step seems very it seems very deliberate.
Yeah,
Same
I
way
would
I don't
agree.
think we
I would
see
agree.
Kang,
And knowing,
Doom.
just knowing that
Mhm.
there's to that very point, like we know RDJ is not going to be Doom forever, bro. Like as soon as
Bruh, come
Secret
on.
Wars hits, a new Doom is coming, right? This is just literally for the transition. When you need a big name, you need a big face or something recognizable, and something that's going to really hit hard, with the heartstrings when these characters start interacting with him. Because that's Tony, but it's not my Tony. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
there's no way on post Secret Wars that RDJ is still here in the mask. There's going to be somebody else, and there'll be other characters to follow him on the way out. It's just what that is. That's just how Secret Wars works. That's how these multiverse, these crises films and things like that. That's exactly how it works.
So, in that same vein, do you think we see a Doctor Doom variant in Fantastic Four and not RDJ's Doctor Doom?
I think we see RDJ just kind of set the table there. But I do
Okay.
think as we get closer to Secret Wars, we maybe start seeing different versions. Like maybe he counsels with himself. He gets his masters
I
of
mean, we see Doom
evil.
on stage with hella people in Doom masks as
You
well.
you know what I'm
So
saying? You know what
yeah.
I'm
So I
saying? I
mean,
feel
I
like
think
that's
there's a
more of a
reason for
foreshadowing.
that. Yeah,
I feel like
exactly.
it's more of a foreshadowing than anything. You know, and it wasn't just like it wasn't just for show. I think there was something behind it.
I agree. Um, one variation of Kang is gone as of Quantum Mania, and one got screwed as well. Wasn't even Kang, and it was the one who remained. uh, they can make a new Kang who won't be beaten by Ant-Man. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. Exactly.
And
Exactly.
I would have one of the things that I would have really liked that I thought they were gonna do as well is like the Kang that we see quote unquote get beat in Ant-Man doesn't really get beat. You feel me? And he just kind of
Yeah.
gets sucked into the little
He got
quantum
shuffled
realm
off. You know what
thing.
I mean? He got
Yeah,
shuffled
I
off. He
mean
didn't really.
he got put into one dimension already, so I don't think it's outside of the realm of
Yeah.
possibility for him to get put into another one. So it would have been
Right.
crazy to see that King's Dynasty movie be him breaking out of the realm so he can break out of the quantum realm and then he take over
Right.
shit. Like that would have been insane to see some shit like that go down.
Yeah. Yeah. Because the way he went out was kind of weak. It's like, come on,
Yeah, that was
guys.
crazy.
That's pretty weak. But yeah,
The
there's
Iron
ways
Lad idea is a
they can get
great
it.
one. If you remember Loki season 2, so many people thought Victor Timely would be another villain, but he was a variant who was actually benevolent. Yeah, that actually it even threw
Yeah.
me for a loop. I was not expecting him to be like a good guy. Like I was like kind of
Yeah.
waiting for
Good
him to
dude.
turn evil. Like I was like, oh yeah, bruh, he's gonna get right to that thing and he's gonna be like, I told you I would always get back. Like you know what I mean? But he didn't do that.
Like, nah, bro, manned up. He knew what it took to win the day, and he did it.
Mhm. Facts. Let's see. The Lonely Spectre says, I see SpongeBob in the back. Facts. You do see SpongeBob in the back, and he has an Avengers hat on. So, you guys on YouTube don't see it because it's YouTube Shorts right now, but he's over there in that corner.
That's
Someone on
great.
Twitch said that. Shout out to you, Lonely Spectre, on Twitch. I appreciate you, man. Originally, I think Loki was going to show all the Kang variants restarting the multiversal war and how the TVA was splintered into different versions of itself. That would have been cool.
in a way, I don't think they were going to like fully show it, but they gave us like the elements and the pieces to surmise that on our own, right? If you're paying attention
Yeah.
anyway, You know, the
Yeah,
normies may
exactly.
not, that's who we affectionately call them, may not have, connected those dots. But if they really wanted to, I think they trusted the audience a little bit on that.
For sure. They definitely did. RDJ is gonna bring it because there's nothing menacing about about his 5'7" height. Hey,
Hey, he
bruh.
is a little dude,
He
man.
is a little dude, but check me
He's a
out.
little dude, man.
Doom he gonna bring it to the Doom character for sure. If y'all
Right,
haven't
right.
seen him act in shit. I can't even think of what it's called. This on HBO Max. What is it called? The show is so good. And he
Sweet
plays
Tooth?
like no, not Sweet Tooth. He plays like 30 people, it seems like, in the show. Like, and they all different characters. It's crazy.
I like when actors can do that kind of shit.
What is that shit called? The Sympathizer on Max. Yo. He plays so many different characters, and they all interact with each other as well too. And it's a serious show, but it's kind of funny as well. Like, bro, it's kind of insane. It's insane. The range that man has is truly incredible.
Bro's a beast. He's a beast.
Just remember Michael Keaton was Batman is crazy. But yo, yeah, that's a wild thing to say, yo.
Yeah, that's kind of nuts. You want to get nuts?
That's crazy.
Let's get nuts.
No, that's wild. Exclamation point
Oh
250
man.
at Music City Soul.
That's
Like,
crazy, man.
yeah, man. I think Robert Downey Jr. is gonna be really, really able to really do the damn thing, bruh. I can't wait to see. Oh wait, here we go. This is it right here. I was looking for it so I can show y'all the range that this dude has.
Here you go, sir.
Here we go.
Turns out the professor inspired our friend's next project. Actually, he read an article of mine in the New Republic. It was about the first forays of the Green Berets into the Highlands, and he's latched onto it.
Yeah.
They say imitation is the highest form of flattery. I wouldn't mind a bit of compensation.
He comes on strong, making all kinds of demands about hardware that I can provide you because of my relationship with the National Guard, trucks, tanks.
Who does he mean by he?
Thank God I'm here. How's everyone doing?
Right this way.
Fashionably late, huh? Thanks. All's good, I trust. Very sacred allied force. So you're my Vietnamese guy.
Excuse me? Who are you?
Really? First words out of his mouth? You don't know who he is?
Nikos Demianos.
You never heard of the combination?
And the combination, too.
Oh, sure.
You don't know, he knows the movies, just not your face, right? Yeah. Okay, but for starters, have you seen the movies?
The first? About, a quarter?
So you got bored, you walked out, what, you thought it was garbage? What are you, a critic?
Air raid warning. Evacuated the cinema. I liked what I saw, though, so don't tell me the ending.
Look at him guzzling. Hammer's getting hammered over here. Take it easy, buddy. Despite my best judgment,
Look at
I
him
like this kid.
guzzling is
He's plucky.
diabolical.
Are you plucky, kid? Oh, he is wildly plucky. How deep does it go?
The pluckiness?
No, your blood, how deep? Because what I'm looking for is 100% gook. You know, and you look, pardon my French, a tad diluted.
Yo, so you can clearly see this man, Robert Downey Jr. is on a, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Like, bruh, I didn't see Robert Downey Jr. talking to Robert Downey Jr. You know what I mean? bruh, bro. It's
Oh, that's
literally a
fun.
dude
That's
playing a
fun.
dude disguised as another dude playing a dude disguised as another
That
dude
will
playing a dude.
never get
Like,
old.
bro, what? Like, how? Bro, it's crazy.
It's so meta right now.
It's so meta that it's insane.
It's so meta right now. It will never get old.
Like, bro, I don't even know how. Like, it's just crazy. It's crazy, bro. I don't. It's crazy. He literally was so many
That's
people. Like, bro, you feel what I'm
that's good
saying?
stuff.
He was so many people. So, there you go. There you have it. It's showing you that he can play, play multiple roles.
That's
And
good stuff, man.
he even had a different demeanor for each one of them. Like they weren't even all sitting there having the same mannerisms. They weren't all drinking the wine the same. So I think he's gonna go into Doctor Doom, into it, like into it.
Oh yeah. Oh
Like I
yeah.
think he's gonna
It's a,
get real into it, yo.
like he's going to be Doom. We're probably not going to like him
Like
after
we're
this.
not gonna like him. We're not
We're
gonna
not going to like
recognize
Robert Downey
him.
Jr.
Like
after
we're
this,
gonna
bro.
feel real. We're gonna feel some type of way. We're gonna feel some
100%.
type of
100%.
way,
It's
bro.
we're
Like,
gonna be upset with RDJ, dog. Like it's real life. We're gonna
like
be like
y'all
we
thought
gonna be
Tony
mad. We're
Stark
gonna
was
be mad at him.
disrespectful. Nah, bruh. Nah, bro.
Yo,
Like
we gonna be
this man
mad,
is
and,
about to be
I'm good with
saying,
that. I'm good with that.
yeah, bro, we're about to be pissed. That's all I know. We're about to be
Oh,
pissed.
1,000%.
You know what I mean? Because people are about to die.
1,000%.
And we're gonna be
I
like,
mean, like we're not even
oh
just
shit,
talking
like bro,
people, though.
like
We
it's
talking
gonna be
about whole
crazy.
Earth.
It's
We
gonna be
talking about
crazy.
whole Earths are about to go, bro. And then he's gonna have people on his side. Some of our people are gonna be with him because
Yep.
other Earths got to go, not this one. You feel me? So sorry.
Yo, it's gonna
Like
be
imagine, bro. Imagine RDJ, our what looks like our Tony Stark, then teaming up with like Doctor Strange and Wanda to try to, and then getting Spider-Man on their side because Spider's feeling all guilty and he's all depressed and shit. He wants to
exactly.
fix everything. And Strange is like, yo, we do need to fix this shit. We got to reverse this shit, bro. And Spider-Man was like, this is all my fault anyway. And then Wanda's like, yeah, why not? Because she's Wanda. And, then they all are just like together, not in like because they like each other, but they have like a
Yeah.
common end goal
And
to
if you
stop this
even
shit
look
and
at it, they've
reverse it
already
all.
started the setup between her versus her son, right? Like he already isn't
Yes.
like he's already not like rocking with her. He don't really care
Yeah.
about her. You know what
You
I
don't really
mean?
care
So
about that
it's
shit.
showing that he gonna be on the other side of the battlefield, and it's gonna make it a little
Yep.
bit easier for him to go up against her. And then she gonna be like, my baby. Like, brother, they got a lot of beautiful setup right here. Like, that's all I can
Telling
say
you,
is if they really
they are in a
capitalize on
great
this
place
shit
right
the way
now.
they can, it's gonna be insane. It is gonna
They
be
set themselves up
insane.
nicely. They learned from their mistakes with Endgame and going forward. And now
Mm-hmm.
they're like, hey, well, yes, this is a sort of not even a stopping point, it's a relaunch point. So that was the difference.
Exactly.
Endgame was a stopping point. Secret Wars is a relaunching point now. They're not
Yeah.
stopping, they're just kind of resetting and recalibrating and then going forward with what's new.
Mm-hmm.
There was a complete full stop after Endgame. Like,
For real.
really, like that was the end. Like that was it. There was nothing left after that. They're not doing it that way this time. Fight like, hey, yo, we kind of fucked up, y'all. So let's not do that.
Let's not do that anymore.
Let's not do that.
Mistakes were made. We apologize. Yo.
So, I mean, experience, man. They learned it. They're like, all right. So now this time around, let's not do that shit. Okay, keep the shit pushing.
Let's do something
Let's see what we
completely
did last
different this time, please.
Yeah, like let's just do the opposite of what we did last time. Maybe it'll work.
Maybe things will be better.
Maybe it'll work. Maybe they'll like it this time.
Damn, that's crazy.
Because like they
That's
changed
crazy.
their style, they changed the way they
Yeah.
told stories. And people just weren't ready for that coming off of Endgame. It was a huge jarring experience. And it's like, for me, I was like, oh yeah, now we're going all story now. Let's go. But
I'll
people
say it.
have been
It was
used to
COVID though, my
action and
guy.
all that
You know what
shit.
I mean? If we
Yeah.
didn't have COVID hit, it would have been lit because we literally wouldn't have had any breaks. We would have went right into WandaVision and been able to like cool off, with it. Like, because that's what WandaVision was for. WandaVision was allow all of us to deal with the trauma of Endgame. You know what I mean? With Wanda. You know what I mean? Like that's how that was supposed to play out a lot differently. But unfortunately, people couldn't put a hold on it. People got fiendish for Marvel. So they wanted to get right back into the action. And we did not get right back into the action. Which is a good thing.
That's facts. That's facts.
Yo, what's up with Mr. Krasinski? How you doing, my guy? Hope you're having a good day today.
Mr. Krasinski.
I wish you good live broadcasts. I appreciate you, man. I wish you a good day.
Hey, I know then. Let's go.
RDJ played Sherlock. He can portray a formidable, intelligent disguise and presence. I haven't seen that movie, so I'm not aware of.
Oh, you need to go watch those. There's more than one.
Real? Oh, there's more than one? Shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you need to go watch those. Those are great. The banter in those films are awesome.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to check it out. Because
I forgot about the Sherlock films. The Sherlock joints were good. Those were fun. Those were some fun. This
isn't the agent dude in that?
It's some good stuff, man. It's good stuff. Like
the dude that ended up being the Skrull. What's his name?
Oh, the fuck was what?
The colonizer. Isn't he Watson? I'm pretty sure Brad's Watson.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
Holy shit, bro. It's crazy to think about that kind of stuff. Like all the actors and other films they've been in years before.
Bruh. Exactly. It's crazy to think. I don't think they ever share a scene together, do they? I don't think we ever see Iron Man and Watson, like Sherlock and Watson together in the MCU like that.
That's crazy because these movies are so big where, the universe is big where those things, they don't necessarily interact. That's crazy.
Because there's 2 Sherlock Holmes and Watsons in the MCU because Benedict Cumberbatch was also Sherlock Holmes. So you know what I mean?
Crazy as hell.
Yes. So
that is crazy. That is crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wild.
That's nuts, man.
Yeah, bro.
Hollywood's crazy.
Hollywood, man.
Hollywood's crazy.
One Sherlock Holmes is playing, you know what I mean? One Sherlock Holmes is playing Doctor Strange, and the other one was Iron Man. Like, what? Okay, Agent Skrull dude is from the Benedict Cumberbatch Sherlock Holmes, not the Robert Downey Jr. one. Yeah. Robert Downey Jr. who is. Oh, Jude Law. Yeah, Jude Law. So yeah, it still is 2 sets of them. You
still
see?
MCU.
Yep, two sets of Sherlock Holmes are in the MCU, bruh. Sherlock and Watsons, bruh. That's crazy work. That's absolutely diabolical.
They're just missing Will Ferrell now.
I haven't seen that one either. I'm not gonna lie. Is that shit funny?
I don't know. I've seen it.
Oh, okay. All right, bro. Well, let's get into some of your final thoughts for today's episode, and you guys as well. Chat. Don't hesitate to drop all your final thoughts, theories, and questions about all the things that we've been talking about today. BZ, where do you want to leave us off at, my brother?
Man, we gave y'all a nice marvelous Monday with all the Marvel news that we could think of for today. I think we got a lot of good stuff, man. A lot of stuff to look forward to. Listen, the lines between the lines. If we're going to teach you anything, we're going to teach you how to break down these videos, how to read these articles, how to look for the information that's not being put out there, man. We got you, okay? We got you.
Because, bro, it was crazy. It's crazy the stuff that Feige was really just flat out saying and telling us, like, like
heat on us.
Like he dropping heat, like straight up. The mutant saga is the next saga that we go into. Like that's insane. I don't know
He
what
just
it's gonna
straight out
look
said it.
like. Like he straight up said it, bro. Like he just straight up, oh yeah, the mutant saga is next, and then we're gonna explore X-Men and more stuff there too. Like what?
It's like, oh yeah,
Okay.
Miles Morales is coming after the third Spider-Verse movie.
Like
Okay,
what the heck?
that's pretty specific.
That is extremely specific, bro.
Bro, that's almost he almost gave us a date. If there was a date
He
for the
almost
for
gave us
Beyond
a
the Spider
date,
Verse,
bro.
he almost gave it to us.
Yes, exactly. He
He almost
almost
gave us
did
a
give it
very
to us.
precise time.
Because that means, well, he's gonna be in the he's gonna be, we're gonna see him with Peter Parker soon. Like that.
Yeah,
That's
like he's
basically what
gonna
he
be in
said, bro.
Spider-Man 4. Like, go ahead and drop it. Because they're gonna drop Spider-Man 4 around Christmas again. Because why not? Because 3 dropped around Christmas and it did what? 2 billion. So
Yeah, that's true.
why not?
That's true.
Christmas movies don't traditionally do money like that. You know what I'm saying? It's the end of the year.
Facts.
People out there with their families. But it's Spider-Man we talk about, the most popular hero in the freaking world. So if it worked once, it'll work again. Y'all, so knowing that Spider-Man 4 is coming at the end of the year, we know now that Beyond the Spider-Verse is coming before that. So Feige just told us when we gonna see Miles, y'all. Christmas 2026.
Crazy.
Mark it on your calendars.
Live action Miles, baby. That's gonna be wild.
Crazy.
Wild,
Crazy.
bro.
We dropped it here on November 25th, 2024. All right.
Facts.
We told y'all where to look. We told y'all where to look.
Bookmark
All right. We
it,
connected
bro.
the dots. We read it between the lines. We put the 1 plus X equals 4. We gave you 3.
Bro,
Okay. We got y'all.
Yo, that's fucking funny. but yeah, man, it's been crazy. I love it all. Next year is going to be one hell of a time. So make sure you guys are ready because leading up to that Avengers movie is going to be insane. I meant to kind of talk about the rumors that have been coming out today about the reshoots for Captain America 4. I don't know how is that real? I don't know if that's real or not, but
It's nothing to worry about. That kind of stuff happens. Like going back to Spider-Man, they were reshooting all the way up until and editing up until the week of release of the film. So that's really nothing to worry about.
Okay, well, yeah, everything that we've been seeing about that's been looking good. So I think they're gonna. I think next year is gonna be filled with bangers, you guys. So definitely buckle up and get ready. Okay. It is Thanksgiving week, so I hope all of you guys have a good week with your families. Have some good food if you celebrate out there. I definitely hope you guys all are safe if you're traveling to other areas or whatever you may be doing in this holiday season. I hope y'all have a good time. I don't think we have another watch party scheduled this week or anything like that because I don't think anything is happening until next week, if I'm not mistaken. But you guys, next week is gonna be crazy. Like I'm telling you, y'all are not prepared. It's gonna be watch party after watch party. So if you guys want to, join our watch party and reviews for all of the shows that we're gonna be covering in 2025, you're definitely gonna want to subscribe. You're definitely gonna want to 2025 next week and to 2025. You're definitely gonna want to subscribe because it's all gonna be crazy. Yo, next week I'm pretty sure we get Creature Commandos. On Friday, I'm pretty sure we get a Skeleton Crew on Wednesday or Tuesday.
Oh, man.
And then we also get Dune Prophecy on Sunday, and that'll be our 3 watch parties that we will have for the rest of the month for the rest of December. For the rest of the month of December, we'll have those, and then at the end of December, What If will start. And, they're going to be doing the daily releases with that like they did last year as well. So we're going to have watch parties every week throughout the month of December. So make sure you guys are ready. This is about to be crazy.
Crazy.
I can't believe it's already about to be December. That's wild.
That is nuts, man. Crazy, yeah.
I feel like
we almost there, y'all. We almost
Cat
there.
Williams was just telling us that 2024 was going to be a crazy year, and now look at it. And now look at this, bro. We about to be out of it. Like what?
It's crazy. Shout out if you made it through, man. Jeez.
Yeah, for real, yo. Because I appreciate all of y'all that's been here, man. Make sure you guys drop a like and a share on the video if you like the video. You know what I'm saying, because it definitely helps tremendously with all these things that we do around here. As I always say, my guy Mike Beasy, man, I definitely appreciate you for taking the time out of your day to be here with us on this marvelous Monday.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you having me. Shout out to the chat. Y'all keep it jumping every week. It's so much fun to just get in here and get nerdy and let loose and just do what we do, man. I love it. I love it. I appreciate y'all.
Man, I could not agree more, bro. It gets crazy in here, man. Again, I appreciate. I think Lauren. I think it was Lauren that came through with the super chat. Yo, I appreciate you, Lauren. Thank you for the super chat earlier. I hope you have a good rest of your day as well. Shout out to my guy Matt that's been bumping in the chat for this whole time as well. Darrell, I see you in there. Y'all been booming in the chat. I definitely appreciate you. Appreciate everybody that's been chatting up today. Y'all have been showing up and showing out. Yo, we talked about a whole bunch of nerdy stuff. Like I said, next week it's gonna be insane. So make sure you guys are ready for all of those watch parties that are gonna be occurring. Because man, when I say there's a shit ton, I mean, bro, it's gonna be insane, man. Dune Prophecy,
Man.
Skeleton Crew, and Creature Commandos. Within that first week of December, and then we have Marvel Rivals as well coming out that Friday. So it's gonna be popping the first week of December, yo. It's gonna be popping. And then we'll be playing that game live here on the channel as well. So make sure you tune in for all the things that we're gonna be doing around here, man. I'm telling you, it's about to get jumping, y'all. It is about to get jumping. So make sure you subscribe, make sure you drop some likes, make sure you stay tuned because it's about to be going up. So if you guys haven't already, make sure you follow me on social media at Sensei Finito to stay up to date with all my thoughts, theories, and opinions on whatever particular thing I may be partaking in at that particular time, because it's going to be a good vibe, because it is a good vibe all the time around these parts. You guys already know how we do. You can also follow my guy Mike Beasy at Music City Soul on all platforms to stay up to date with all the things that he's getting into over there. And of course, you can also follow us on social media at Marvel Bros to stay up to date with all things Marvel and everything pop culture. Like I said, we got a lot of stuff coming in this week. The next week, it's going to be popping. So I appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in. It's been a lovely time with you guys in chat, like Beasley said. I definitely appreciate you guys for that. And I hope everybody has a fantastic rest of their day. As I always say, stay awesome, stay nerdy, and don't forget to stay marvelous. Excelsior.
You guys would like to support Marvel Bros? All you gotta do is visit our website at www.marvelbros.com and buy some merch. Represent the superfan. Or you can join our Patreon to get early access to content, patron-only scoops, giveaways, private Q&As, and those sacred watch parties. We appreciate you guys. We'll catch you on the next one. Excelsior.
On today's pop culture news update,